Greetings and salutations, fans of Dota 2. It is I, Badger, once again here to cast some League of Legends Season 6 action. We're in the playoffs, and I'm once again joined by the one, the only, indeterminable, legendary Artorius. How are you tonight?
I think I'm legendary for the wrong reasons, but I'm not too bad. How about yourself?
Doing alright. We're trying to figure out what's going to go on with the draft here, because we are on the night of the patch, and Valve appears to have broken Dota, so we're going to have to remake the lobby. So that'll be fun. Overall, though, we can do some preparatory stuff while we are trying to figure out, not battle, okay, where it is. In terms of looking at these two teams, these teams are both in the playoffs. Pizza Dog are the 5 seed, so they are the highest seed in the lower brackets. While 5 Dudes are the 8 seeds. They're the... Yeah, that's correct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And when these two teams did play in the regular season, they did go 1-1, so their past matchup would show that there was some parity between the teams, obviously. And then, I mean, at this point, it's going to be win or go home. If whoever wins this series goes on to the loser bracket quarterfinals, will make top 6. The loser goes home. They are done with lads this season. So I'm excited. If we can actually play Dota tonight.
First they screw up the shop, then they take my coaching MMR, and now they screw up lobbies.
I'm not entirely sure we're going to actually get to play Dota as a problem. I guess in this case, watch people play Dota. Do we have any updates on the lobby being up yet, or no?
I do not see it.
I mean, worst case scenario, we could do the draft out of game, and then just pick the heroes and all pick.
Yeah, is there Escape made a lobby for himself, and said whenever he tried to ban a hero, it also kicked him from the lobby.
I mean, they could go into a captain's mode game and just say the bans in all chat. I'm not sure if they could,
Oh, they could do one of those drafting simulators, but it'd be pretty annoying.
Alright. I think we'll have to do something out of game, though, in terms of, actual draft stuff. Obviously, this is a bit of an issue.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about doing. He's going on a website and doing a draft.
Yeah, regardless, actually, it will be interesting to see how we're going to track the draft. If
we will become Guam and not care about
do
draft.
nothing in the draft, just AFK, put on some music.
Yeah.
Alright, we appear to be back. Maybe it's, we're going to do one more try at the in-game one. Maybe Valve has fixed it. You never know. I'm hoping things are good because alright, we are once again going to head back to the lobby, so apparently we'll have to reset here. Apparently PMA not happy with the festivities happening tonight.
I can't use my my presets on my numpad of all my different voice lines.
Very sad.
Because my 0 key is, I am so sick of this fucking company in all caps.
Hmm. Alright, who is not drafting that can keep us informed on this?
If he sends the link in Captain's chat, we could watch it.
Alright, that's perfect. We need to watch the
Or
drafts.
you could DM him and ask him if he wants to draft. If he can send you the draft link.
So hopefully, hopefully things work out here. Obviously, these technical issues are not not ideal. That's just Dota 2 for you sometimes, you know? We are in the lobby at least, so... Ready for some, Okay. I have opened up the Dota 2 Draft Simulator. The link that Zeriescape sent me, so...
I have not.
have you gotten it sent yet, or do you need me to send it to?
No, you'll have to send it to me so I can watch it.
And then,
Just kidding. I don't want to watch it. And analysis doesn't need to watch the draft, right?
once it's up and going, I'll put it on the screen. But right now we're looking at a dot. I guess I can put it up right now if I just put up a if I add a. Let's put up a window. Put up a browser. Okay, I'm gonna put up a little browser thing on oh, what is this? Okay. Okay. I'm going to remove that. That's not going to work. Having fun with OBS. Let's see here. Let's do a window capture. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, let's just keep that on there for now. We'll make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Can I like adjust these properties? It'll work. It'll have to work for now. Hopefully this this works out just fine. If you're just joining us, we apologize. There are some technical issues thanks to Valve breaking their game, so we apologize for we apologize. Actually, I'm going to put that on screen. Sorry for tech issues, blame Valve. Let's go put that on the screen. Yeah, that'll do. As this, you're going to see in 2 minutes if you have the stream open, the production value you've got here.
You don't even need to say, sorry about technical issues, Valve. You could literally just write, issue equals Valve. And I think everyone would understand what's going on.
Okay, do you see anything on this draft simulator or no?
Yeah. They banned the Ronnie Coleman Earth Spirit, and I'm assuming the Pos 5 DP, and then they banned
okay, now
BCU.
it's... Oh, I got it! We're good! This reminds me of back in the day when we had literally nothing. Okay, it should be good to go. Overall, though, we are waiting on this first pick for the Radiance. Radiance... Wait, do you know who's Radiant, who's Dire? Wait. We know who's Radiant.
Dire 5 average dudes.
So Radiant's 5 dudes, Dire is... okay, Dire has to be Pizza Dog, yeah. They banned out Beast of US East heroes. They, and Radiant obviously banned out Ronnie Coleman heroes, so it makes sense. So that means 5 dudes open up with a first pick Witch Doctor. I should probably put that on screen as well. Who's playing what? I'm going to add another text thingy. Where is it? There we go. It's at teams. The tech value. It's amazing.
I'm not touching my keyboard because I don't want to fuck anything up.
That's fair, that's fair.
Just good there.
Okay, I think I Okay, I think I put it in the right spot. People can see it, so I think we're good. Watch us be wrong the entire time. It's just different teams playing each side.
Some top-notch production value I'm looking at right now.
Okay, it was it's gonna get better, I assure you. Either way, though, they will Radiant will ban out Bingu's Bristleback, which obviously did very well in the last series of the season. I'm sure we haven't seen a bit more of played recently. Dire banning out CB's Spiritbreaker hero. He's also favored, and then Radiant is banning out the Ursa as well. We have a Coddle. I believe that'll be is that a Zeri skip Coddle? 5?
I would assume so, yeah.
And then, do you know where this Void Spirit's going to be run yet? Does Ronnie Coleman play a 4 Void Spirit?
I have no clue.
And then obviously the Mars is self-explanatory. That will be the one and only Beast of USC is playing it offline, so... I'm hoping he delivers, because, you know, me and you have been sucking this man off vigorously for the last month, so we need him to deliver tonight. At least play well.
They might flex it to a mid-Mars.
Very interesting. Not sure how common that is, but it's certainly possible.
I think it's talked about a lot, but it never really actually happens.
It's one of those things where you never know. Sometimes just talking about it makes it happen. Like I remember back in the day on the NA Dota forums, there was like this sort of idea of offlane faceless void, offlane faceless void, and it didn't happen for a while. But eventually, like IX, Mike, and Universe just started playing it, and it's this is the best offlaner in the patch 2 months later. So you never know sometimes what can be discovered and what can be discovered as strong, more importantly. Either way, though, Dire will pick up a 4 Tusk for Ronnie Coleman. Certainly one of his better heroes. So I'd say also our hero has done very well in this patch. So also, we will not be seeing a 4 Void Spirit. So that's assumed to be the mid laner Pizza Dog. It's Apollo is the new guy, right?
Yeah.
All right, very cool. And I believe Apollo plays a pretty good Void Spirit, so that should be A-okay in that sense. And as per usual, we saw a lot of carries being banned out as well, because seems to be the tale of the patch. There's a lot of strong
offlaner on. You pick your offlaner on Radiant, and you're just gonna want to protect it because that's the only thing you're showing.
Yeah. There's a lot of very powerful carries as well. A lot of very annoying carries. You've even seen over the course of the patch, as different sub-patches come in, different heroes have come in and out of vogue. Like you remember the start of the patch, right? It was all about Ricky, Wraith King, Monkey King, all that sort of stuff. Now Ricky's barely picked. Both Wraith and Monkey King have fallen off a bit. Now we're seeing this more Ursa, Morphling, Alchemist type thing. So things change.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah, it's a poor player. I'm sure you're upset with some of these heroes. Gone are the days of like anti-mage Spectre. You can just force them out of lane. Now you're being spun down by Jug at level 1.
Man, I went to go play a pub earlier, and I'm like, I don't want to play against Morphling. I click ban Morphling. It does not go through. Sure enough, they pick Morphling, and I'm like, I just want to end mid. And then luckily the other team abandoned.
Speaking of heroes making you want to abandon, Shadow Shaman has been picked. Going to probably be the 4 for 5 dudes to be played by CB. Something that we actually have seen a little bit less Shaman being picked recently, and from what I've been told, the less Shaman being picked is happening because you're seeing like these like tanky strength heroes as 4s that actually can survive Shaman right clicks in lane. How does Tusk being in this game really affect that sort of dynamic? Or will it not matter because the Tusk will be in the other lane?
I think it'll be fine because Tusk in the other lane. Shaman is okay against some of these strength tanky heroes because it just provides so much lockdown. However, he really does not like playing into these heroes regardless because obviously Tusk Snowball can save heroes that are shackled. Shards can catch Shaman, and he's not a very mobile hero. I think, however, the plan for this hero is they want him to pick up a Blink Dagger and get on top of this Void Spirit, because they need some way to lock him down. And the problem is most heroes with a lot of lockdown aren't very mobile and naturally get killed by these tanky Phosphors. So I think it was just pick your poison, have less lockdown, or pick a hero that could potentially get killed by Tusk.
And we actually have some more cores being picked for the side lanes. We're going to see Tide completing the Tusk plus Tide dual lane. And what's going to end up happening is the entire lane situation has been figured out, because now in these side lanes, other than the Dire Carry, we have all the side lane heroes figured out. It's going to be probably a Jug Witch Doctor into a Tide Tusk, correct? Or is it possibly going to be a Jug Shaman? But probably Jug Witch Doctor, right?
Yeah, probably Jug Witch Doctor. Definitely going to be a bit of a rough lane for Tide Hunter in that sense. Maledict plus Spin is very hard to deal with. Obviously, Tusk could snowball save and help that out. And on the flip side, Jug could potentially have a very hard time. Gush plus Tag Team is a very brutal combo, especially when you can get trapped in with shards.
For sure. And then on the flip side, we're going to have a Shaman Mars lane being supported by Coddle. What can you actually pick to survive in that lane at this point?
You just want any hero that's going to spam spells. You want something like a Luna that's gonna just dump their Q constantly. Troll was obviously another good option, but it's been banned. You can just throw tons and tons of axes. Typically, you just want something with a spammable spell, because that's what wins the lane for Coddle. Coddle can dish out some damage if you're going aggressive or defensively. Other than that, he kind of has to pick his battles, because you don't want to hit too many creeps with Illuminate if you don't have to. Very brutally screws up your lane equilibrium. Or just a hero that has a lot of magic damage in general. An early value point in your W can be very good. I'm not really seeing a hero right now that instantly jumps out at me. However, maybe like a PL could be okay. You can spam Spirit Lance. It's pretty decent into Mars, not in lane, but in the game in general. However,
Whoa.
PL doesn't really like playing into a Lesh.
I actually really like this Lesh pick. What are your thoughts on this Lesh pick?
Yeah, it solves a bit of their problems. They already have plenty of tower push, but they really need some magical burst and maybe another frontliner, and that is kind of what Lesh does for them.
And it's one of those things too, where a lot of the heroes you've been talking about conceptually are not that great into Lesh. It's one of those things as well. Now you have this immense amount of building push. I mean, obviously, Witch Doctor and Shaman are both decent supports for pushing buildings. Jug, good core for pushing buildings. Leshrac, good core for pushing buildings. So you have these heroes here that are very good building pushers. So going for like an ultra late carry might not be an option either.
Yeah, I'm struggling to find a carrier right now that I would want to play into this.
It's just how playing carry goes. There's no hero you want to play. I think if Spectre was stronger in the past, that might be a decent option, but the problem is Spectre is just not that very good right now, so...
Well, even at that, Jug is one of the heroes that is okay into Spectre.
Yeah, the Omni Slash is going to pretty much ignore Dispersion in the 1v1, so...
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Go for Bloodseekers. That's certainly a very active option. I mean, it's good into Jug, good into Mars in the lane, so... I think despite having the Bloodseeker as that counterpick, though, I'm not sure how the lane's going to go. I'm not actually sure if Bloodseeker Coddle can do well in the lane. What are you think they can do well in the lane?
I think they can do well if they can target this Shaman. Shaman's gonna have a difficult lane, obviously very slow hero. On top of that, if he ever gets Coddled W, he's gonna be super slow, and this Bloodseeker's gonna run him down. I think their lane is almost dependent on how the other lanes go. How often is this Bloodseeker going to get movement speed because other lanes are low?
By the way, though, the draft is complete, so that should be fun. We don't expect anything too weird in terms of who's playing what. Should be. I'm just gonna call it standard stuff, you know. With the players we expect to play things, playing things. We'll find out when we get into the lobby after, obviously. So.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be seeing a mid-tide or anything.
Okay, let's go remove this thing. Let's remove this thing. Let's remove this thing. Okay, I think we're good. Wait, I mixed up for a second who played what on Pizza. I was like, wait, Clanker's playing Tide Hunter. I'm like, wait, that's our offlaner. Of course he's playing Tide Hunter. This guy's not Turtle King, so he's playing an actual offlaner in offlane. Alright, we're gonna be in here very soon. I for one am excited. This is it's go time. Well, apparently in strategy time they literally cannot buy items, so that should be in it. Hopefully it won't be a long-term issue. Hopefully maybe they'll just pause here and buy their items or something. Or you can't buy items that paused. I guess people actually it will be a little bit late to the lanes this game, you know, of time to.
Yeah, one of the issues I had in my pub was you could buy items in strategy time, but you couldn't move your items around in that inventory.
Are you seeing a finishing loading screen right now?
Yes.
Oh,
there we go.
We finished loading. Dude, Artorius, look how fast Artorius is to get out of the fountain. Look at that man.
Well, before the game actually loads in, you can issue an order to move when that Dota logo is popping up.
He bought 5 different items too. That's Oh no.
Was it the shop?
Oh,
Somebody
no.
clicked the button. They clicked the new hero shop button. Enable or disable advanced shop.
Oh no. Who broke the game? Oh no. Oh no. Somebody pressed the button, didn't they? Oh no, we're gonna have to remake again, aren't we?
I don't know, if you remake it, you keep the same shop.
Wait, what? What does that even mean?
It's in the So in the options, there's a new shop called a simple shop, and what it does is it's pretty much for new players, and the first part will only give you regen, and then you click skip these items if you haven't bought them all, and it will go to your next set of items, which is like boots and different things, and it pretty much gives you a guide to follow for newer players.
Buy the regen. It will help you in lane. We even gave you your own couriers.
Oh, dude, could you imagine new players coming in now with only the one courier like it used to be?
Back in my day, we had
so
one courier, we liked it, and the mid laner used it constantly.
Yeah, being the support, pause 5, if you ever touch the courier, you're getting report.
And the worst part, too, is when you have like a bad player in one of your side lanes. It's like, alright, bring out one, back when there was a side shop, too, just bringing out side shop items to the side lanes.
Oh, yeah.
Those are awful.
I remember
days.
the one time I had my full tranquil boots and a healing salve and 2 clarities on the courier. My carry was low, so I was bringing up the salve for him, and it got all the way to like almost a tier 1 tower, and the enemy my mid stole my courier and started sending it back to base, and I'm like, dude, my carry needs a salve.
That's right, it's when you re-queue it again. It's like, alright, we're good to go. Either way, though, it is go time. My screen's alright. Okay, everything's good. Had to double check my screen, make sure everything was okay.
3v3 top. Void Spirit and Lesh might be showing up to this fight to make it 4v4. Zaryscape has shown, but nobody else can see anybody.
Both are in the area. Either way, though, it is go time. Tag team is available. They will use it on the Beast of US East. You'll get 2 hits. We'll bring it back to the God's Rebuke, which is done from Lesh to Cask as well. Ronnie Coleman dropping low. Illuminate is through. Down goes Ronnie Coleman for first blood. And Pizza Dog now in the retreat. Thought they had the advantage with the tag team, but alas, they did not.
It was a very good paralyzing Cask bounce. It bounced to Coddle, and it popped the Illuminate early, so that definitely helped the Radiant with their fight. A little bit unfortunate that it bounced to the Coddle, but the other scenario would have been it bounced to the Tusk, so
Not
either
ideal.
way, yeah, not ideal.
There's no good situation. Either way, there will be 2 bounty runes apiece for both teams. I believe Clankers grab both of them bottom, and then supports grabbed the top lane for 5 dudes. So 5 dudes off to the advantage, obviously, with the first blood. So isn't there supposed to be... okay, the range creep's already dead mid lane. Like, isn't there supposed to be a range creep mid lane? Is that like missing somehow? But no, it's just already dead. My brain's kind of messed with in this patch already. We're seeing top lane already, CB trading with Xerioscape. There's a 30 damage difference in these 2 heroes. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but there's... oh, actually, they're the same speed, but one of them has boots.
That's a trade-off, 30 damage versus all the move speed difference and a 50 or 45 from the boots.
Although Zeri is now faster, he has the Windlace.
He cancelled the salve there of CB, actually. That's kind of huge, but CB's still pretty high HP. This could be one of those lanes where we just don't watch middle lane the entire game, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the only way any real kills happen is if there's an outplay. There's probably just going to be some health trading and last hit trading.
Maybe minute 4 we'll check where the runes are, and then maybe there'll be a chance for a kill, but I don't think either should die. So I will definitely agree with you on that one. Actually, it's a spin bottom lane. Maledict is there. They're using the tag team, so there's trading going on. Artorius dropping low, but Clanker's already dead. Will be a 1-for-1 so far. And Ronnie Coleman will get the courier as well, so it's a 1-for-1 plus a courier trade there. So it's a very interesting start to the game for sure.
Those are one of those fights where if you're the one taking the majority of the damage, you just almost want to die because you don't want to waste all of your regen getting your health back.
This is Stone. Actually, you're seeing a Shackle top lane. Spear is back into the tower. Bingu going to take a lot of damage here, but he will not die. Overall, though, good play from the Radiant. That's a lot of damage on Bingu.
There is a salve on the Coddle, however. And he is a Bloodseeker, so you kind of have to 100 to 0 him.
You thought I didn't catch that, did you? Huh? You thought I didn't catch that.
Guess what?
Catch the action top lane.
Oh yeah, I thought you weren't looking at it.
You should know better. I'm mostly good. Usually when I miss it, you also miss it, so all is well. I feel better when it's like both of us miss it. It's like, alright, neither of us expected this. All is better. Either way, though, the lanes are mostly been even so far. Voice Spirit has a pretty significant advantage in mid lane, though. Already 18-3 versus the Leshracs 11-3, so that's a pretty decent advantage so far. It's not like it's a massive lead. It's not like you can't get past that. That's certainly a good start there for Apollo, who has shown up pretty well so far in the games he has played.
Yeah, he's performed really well.
This is one of those things where if your damage tool unleashed is a lot more easily dodgeable than Resonant Pulse, then it's it's hard to trade here suddenly.
That's a carry. Supports Wet Dream. Carry gets hooked
stunned by the Centaur. Get the last hit.
So you, as the Witch Doctor, have to get the last hit.
Have to is an interesting term. He chose to. I mean, it could have been nobody last hitting it, but he wanted to get the last hits.
But he's gonna die to creeps.
We're seeing a hasted Shaman middle lane. Both supports have rotated from the rune situation, but probably the kill will be bottom lane instead. There's a Maledict, there is a spin. There's a level 2 spin from PMA. Clankers are going to take a lot of damage here. I'm not sure if it'll be enough, but it'll be, I think, slightly short, right?
It is level 2 Maledict.
Yeah, it is slightly short. And they will simply salve up Clankers, use some tangos, be ready to go again.
One of the worst parts of playing into a jug. It's like, oh, he's hit level 3. I can't lane anymore. I have to buy all strength items.
He survived, He got full combo with spin and level 2 Maledict, and he just brushes it off, with a 110 gold item.
He used 100 mana, and I have to use a 110 gold. It's not fair.
All fighters have it too easy nowadays. Either way, though, bounties appear to be going the way of the Dire. They already have 2 runes, and Ronnie Coleman will grab a 3rd. Though instead, Clankers might be going with Ronnie Coleman onto Notorious. Shards are there. Is there a snowball? The answer is no. It's already on cooldown, so that will be an escape there. Meanwhile, top lane, Bingu is fighting with CB, looking for the kill before he dies. Will get it. He actually meant to survive here. God's Rebuke is up, but simply Bingu too fast, BCBO's East too slow. Not enough move speed there. So good kill from Bingu.
Is the play there as the
Zero Escape tanked that. Just tank the spear for Bingu there.
Get down, Mr. President.
He saved his carry. Either way, bottom lane, Maledict and Spin are there. Clankers has Anchor Smash, but will not get the kill on Notorious, I don't think.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one, they didn't even need the Maledict pop.
That was still a great outplay, though, from Bingu, trading 1v2 there, getting that kill and surviving. Meanwhile, middle lane, though, Apollo's being gone on, CB is there, so is this Lesh. Ronnie Coleman is on the rotation, has a snowball, will not need it, and will actually die for trying to help his mid laner out. Meanwhile, back to top lane, BCBO's East is being damaged, but with the spear, should be able to run away quite easily. A lot of action going on. This is what I love to see, some action everywhere, you know? Action in all 3 lanes. My favorites. Either way, though, looking at last, it's as expected, though overall, Pizza Dog are slightly behind the lanes. But top lane will see an attempt onto the Beast of US East, but with the spear back, that will be ended prematurely. Perhaps if they had Rupture there, but Bingu is only level 5, so cannot Rupture just yet.
They had a ward spotting out the Shadow Shaman, so they need to back off after that.
The Beast himself also made a pretty easy decision. It's like, alright, let's push the carry away from the engagements. However, there will be a shackle onto Bingu. Mars Arena is there, will be using a spear as well. But he lacks the mana for the Rebuke for now. But Bingu is already... Actually, he's still alive. Will heal up from the Blood Ray as well. So CB is dead. It'll be a 2 for 0 in favor of Pizza Dog. Great rotation from Ronnie Coleman, the great save so far. The Shrek has rotated, but the Shrek is fighting 1v3 into 2 full HP heroes. And he actually might die here as well. He is sharded in, there's a snowball, there's a rupture, and Peripheral is also going to die. It's 3 kills for Pizza Dog. A double kill to the side of Bingu, and that's a bit disastrous there for Radiant. And CB might die middle lane as well. Dissimulate, never mind, Dissimulate will go backwards for Apollo. He lacked the mana to further go in.
That's huge for Pizza Dog top. Bloodseeker was getting beat up a little bit in lane from this Mars. Mars actually had an XP advantage because he was solo laning with CPB rotating and the Coddle staying, but now with those 2 kills, he's a higher level and he got a bit of a chance to catch up on last hits.
Now, at this point, Bigu's in a pretty fantastic spot. Even though he might still be behind the Mars in last hits, he has all that kill gold. Should be able to transition into the jungle very easily this game and just accelerate his own farm very, very soon.
I think that play also changed up PMA's item build. It looked like a pretty free game before that. PMA was going to go Battle Fury, but he has now switched over to the Maelstrom.
Dang, I have to go the other farm accelerator. I'm so sad. It's only a Maelstrom. Whatever will I do? It'll be fine, I'm sure. Especially since the B-Fury build has been a bit more out of vogue recently compared to the either the Maelstrom build or the even the Bots Midas build. Either way, though, lanes will be ending relatively soon. It appears middle lane, there is an Astral Step in from Apollo, looking for the Shrek. There is a Zero Escape here as well. Actually, Zero Escape will get the kill with the Illuminate. CB has rotated. They want to get that Void Spirit. Void Spirit's still alive. Shackle is there. It's on Ronnie Coleman. So it will be a 1-for-1, it appears. Unless he can somehow survive here, but yeah, he's definitely not surviving here. But still a very favorable 1v1 trade for Pizza Dog, picking up a mid laner and sacrificing a 4 support for that trade, so certainly in their favor to do that. And they might even get more with Zero Escape and Clankers still here, Ravage being up. There's a Solar Bind on Witch Doctor. Cask is there. We'll bounce to the actually 2 Zero Escape. Gush is used, and with the Astral Spirit, Notorious will go down, so 2 kills so far for Pizza Dog in the mid lane in the last, what, 45 seconds or so? So it's a good time there. Though it is a space creation for PMA, who is, as mentioned earlier, having a relatively free game so far. Looking over at net worth, he is number 1 in net worth, though he is not far trailed by Apollo and Bingu. They will go for Apollo middle lane, but that's a hard kill. Yeah, he will dissimulate and he'll Astral Step. Not easy to kill that man for now. And I might even go in Leshrac now. There's a Shards. It will hit. Good hit from Ronnie Coleman. Tag team is there. Valor's Punch is there. Teammates have arrived. There is a Gush. Will be used. Peripheral. That man is super dead and will put out the Splitter stun on its grave, but that will not save him from the cold embrace of death.
Pizza Dog really liked using Coddle's recall ability to its highest potential. Their Tidehunter just sitting in the jungle and just gets recalled, and by the Coddle makes that 3v1 a 4v1, and the Shaman's definitely backing off then.
You might as well, right? It is an ability of Coddle, you might as well use it. There will be an arena middle lane. Spear is there. Apollo did not use the Simulate. Will he survive? Rebuke is there. Will get dodged though, so Apollo playing a bit risky there, not instantly dodging the Spear, but he will survive anyways, so all is well that ends well. Now, I was thinking about that. I was going to say Apollo failed to dodge it, but there's no way he failed to dodge it. I think he consciously decided to not use abilities there, because that's a very easy dodge.
I don't think he had vision. He might have just didn't react in time. The mid lane ward wouldn't have saw Mars where he casted his ult from. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he didn't see it coming.
That's probably true. That's probably true. Obviously, we have the this omniscience going on. We can see everything. They cannot do that. They have to play with fog. Sad fog war.
He's closing in on this Orchid, though, and that could be huge. This Leshrac does not quite yet have his Yule Scepter. No defensive items from anyone on the Radiant yet.
Okay, Dire, they are going to defend their top tower. They have 4 heroes here. It is going to be everybody but Apollo on that Void Spirit, who... Actually, never mind. They canceled the TP of Ronnie Coleman, so... They're not even bringing Ronnie Coleman in there. They're just saying, you know what? I can farm bottom lane on this Tusk. Perhaps rotate middle lane instead. I don't need to be top lane. I'm sure they're fine. Certain wards are dead. Actually, he's really close to the Orchid. I know you mentioned it, but dear lord, this man is off to a very good item timing, and... Obviously, Leshrac not off to the greatest item timing so far.
Looks like with this smoke, they want to bring in more heroes, and they're willing to show in this top lane and take this tower.
Yeah, they lack the Serpent Wards, but they still have Edict now, so it should be a relatively easy tower push if the heroes aren't defending it.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, though. They have Ravage and Hood up on this Tidehunter.
And this time, they don't have TP on Ronnie Coleman either. They already used it in the last engagement, so... They're recognizing, hey, our Tusk cannot be here. Oh, they're keeping it in.
Yeah,
this is risky. Double damage is popped. Rupture will be used on the Leshrac Blood Ray as well. Death Ward is used, doing a lot of damage to Xerioscape, and Artorius will die for that. He will get the counter kill onto Xerioscape, so it will be a 1-for-1. Leshrac on the TP. He will get Orchided, but he will not get stunned in any way in time, so it will be a support for support trade with the tier 1 tower falling as well, so very favorable for the Radiants. I feel like Pizza Dog had the right idea there. They just they didn't want to overcommit there. They're playing more conservatively, not wanting to do a bad Ravage, and this is Dota 2 for us sometimes.
Tidehunter got stunned by the Spear before the Void Spirit really finished his TP and came in. And then the follow-up Coconut managed to stun the Void Spirit as well. So it was unfortunately not a very good Orchid reveal. If they did pick that up on 5 Rivers Dudes when he used it on the Leshrac as he was TPing up. But it was just very aggressive play from 5 Rivers Dudes that forced them on the back foot a little bit.
Alright, Dire scan. They know somebody's defending. They don't know who just yet. It is just CB, as we can see that. And now Clankers in the under tower with Ronnie Coleman. Xerioscape's there as well. Certain wards will get dropped, but CB, not long for life. And his wards, probably not too long for life either, to be honest. Middle lane, though, they're looking for a tower trade. The track is there, has popped the Edict, but Bingu and friends might be in the area to try for counterkill. Rupture is there. In comes Apollo. In comes the Dissimulates. Down goes Notorious. Astral Step will dodge the Split Earth, and they will kill their track as well. Will be 2 kills. And they will defend their middle lane tower as well. So I'd say Pretty good job done there by Dire. Radiant, though, will try to defend their own middle lane tier 1. Arena is used. In comes PMA. In comes Omni Slash will bounce to the creeps. Apollo will dissimulate. He'll be fine for now. Spin is used. Apollo, as Astral Step in 1, will be able to escape here as well, or even go in some more for the Beast of US East. Shaman has respawned, is looking for Ronnie Coleman. Will not get it. Astral Remnant will be used. In comes the Beast. Will spear up Bingu. They want to kill this Bloodseeker. Can they get him? Tusk is low. Ravage is used. Will hit on 3, I believe. Down goes Bingu. Down goes Ronnie Coleman. Beast of US East is down. They're focusing Void Spirit. He'll go down. Deathward was there. Overall, it's fantastic for the 5 dudes. Their tower miraculously still alive, and they kill 3.
Talking about item timings, this Blink Dagger coming out on Mars has been huge in that fight. I managed to get a good initiation off, almost initially takes out the Void Spirit. But despite the Mars taking a lot of damage, this healing ward just kept him alive, and he managed to get another initiation off on the Bloodseeker as they were retreating out.
I think the question of the day for 5 dudes, though, is how do they continue to really involve this Leshrac in the game? Because Leshrac has been struggling a lot in these fights. How do you really help this Leshrac recover, or do you just accept that, hey, it's never going to happen?
I think with this Yule Scepter, he can be a little bit more survivable. He's getting ruptured every fight, and obviously somebody needs to tank that rupture. It's almost ideal that you want it on a support, but if not, you would want it on this Lesh with Yules.
Oh, CB is so dead. I feel so bad for this man. He has been gushed, he has been gone on by the Tusk, Snowball is there, wards were dropped, but those will be farmed by the Dire. Extra gold for Bingu and Clankers. And actually recalling Clanker's top lane, or sorry, Ronnie Coleman top lane. They want to fight this top as well. It will be a 3-for-3 to start the fight. In comes Apollo doing a lot of damage. Leshrac instantly bursted down there, and they will kill the Witch Doctor as well, so it's 2 kills for Pizza Dog once again. The Beast will blink away. Back to farming, but across the map, it's fantastic for Pizza Dog to kill a tower bottom lane. They defend their own tower top lane. They kill 3 heroes, 1 bottom lane, 2 top lane. And it seems like to me that Pizza Dog is simply outmaneuvering 5 dudes. Is this an accurate assessment?
Yeah, I think they're using their TPs and their Coddle Recall to try and win as many fights around the map as possible. They're trying to pressure these towers. They have a little bit of catching up to do. The problem is they just don't push nearly as fast as Pizza Dog's heroes do. And not Pizza Dog's, 5 Hours Dude's heroes do.
So 5 dudes, they have 2 options. Either dodge the rotations or fight the rotations. Which one do you think is the better course of action for them at this point?
I think they need to definitely take their initiations with better care. Even if you see 2 heroes on the other side of the map, you need to be aware of TP cooldowns, and you need to be aware of where Coddle is. Because if they are trying to take one engagement bottom, if that Coddle is top, you know that's where that next engagement is coming.
We're seeing a D-word middle lane. Like, they're trying to... Oh wait, Xeraskit's now dead. Never mind. Because he's doing a good job staying alive here. Actually, there's a Ravage. Will be on 2. CB taking a lot of damage. Will go down pretty soon. Walrus Punch is there on PMA, but he does have Omni Slash. CB finally dead. Omni Slash is there, bouncing on Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman goes down, so it's a 1-for-1 so far. Arena is there. Will end up being on nobody thanks to all the movement abilities. PMA still spinning, still doing damage. Shackles, they're there on Bingu. He'll go down. Clankers dropping low. He'll go down as well. So it is a 3-4-1 with CB buying back. Apollo doing some damage. Will finally kill PMA, but he has no Astral Steps. He will dissimulate. Will go to the... actually down. Spear actually is on cooldown, so this might be the miraculous escape here. Leshrac has Yules. He is the only stun left. Apollo appears to have somehow escaped this.
He did just show on a ward, though. He needs to be a little bit careful.
The Spear is there, but there is still a dissimulate for the Void Spirit. And with that Orchid, should buy enough time to escape here? Okay, perhaps not. Actually, yeah, dissimulate over the cliff should be A-okay. Yeah, it'll be fine. Good escape there by Apollo. That was very impressive. Either way, though, sorry, what was that?
I was just saying the cut up to the neutral camp really threw off the Radiant there.
Seemed like a relatively rough fight, though, for Pizza Dog. I mean, despite killing PMA, they killed CP as well. They lost 3 for that, including Bingu.
Yeah, they used Rupture early to keep their Coddle alive, and then after that they used Rupture on Jug, but he's just sitting there under his healing ward, so it's very difficult for them to actually kill him. And then since they didn't use the Rupture on this Less track, he got a ton of space.
There's a Hex there on Apollo, Cast is there as well, there's a Shackle, there will be a Spear, and there will be a kill there on this Void Spirit. There's a Smoke Rotation on for, well, middle lane, never mind, PMA is fine, he's a Jug. Either way, that's a good rotation. It's a very, very important kill on the Void Spirit, slow down his Ag timing, just slow down its ability to keep killing your heroes.
Yeah, this opens up the map for them a lot as well. Obviously, that's their initiation, other than Blink Ravage, but you know Ravage should be on cooldown for a little bit longer, because they just used it in the previous fight.
And they have the Siege unit coming as well, so a minute 20 tier 2 tower push is very realistic for Radiant here. Dire will simply have to farm the jungle. They're not even attempting to push any towers here.
Yeah, they have 14 seconds for this Void Spirit, and Ravage will be up at the same time. But they're just going to take this tower away too
Arena
quickly.
is there. It is on Bingu. Was caught alone under that ward. God's Rebuke will be missed. There is a Yules from the Shrek. But Dire, Pizza Dog, they are rotating in. Snowball will actually save Bingu for now, but now he's once again in the action. In comes Void Spirit, doing a lot of damage. Down goes the turret. Omni Slash is there, bouncing around, doing a lot of damage. Down goes Ronnie Coleman. So only a Tusk kill with it. Spear is there and Apollo. They need to finish. The Spitter is there. In comes the Ravage. It's on 4. It's huge. Down goes CB. And now Radiant, they're on the retreat. Spin is there from PMA. Leshrac, he goes down. PMA trying to kill Apollo. Apollo has nothing left, but he's still barely alive. And now PMA trying to fight. Pizza Juice looks for everything, finds nothing. He'll go down for that one eventually as well. And now it's simply PMA alone. Now, who's the Dire's Glimmer Cape holder? Is that Xerius Cape? That was fantastic Glimmer Cape there.
That Ravage saved that fight. That was looking so one-sided, and then the huge Ravage comes out.
Nice little happy face for the Ravage there. That's a fantastic Ravage from Clankers. My lord.
Xerius kept playing very aggressively in the Radiant jungle.
He's been doing that. That's how, not the last fight, the one before that started, is him just trying to D-ward, like, right over here. Right under a Radiant ward. So he had the right idea to D-ward there. It's just, he died for it. 5 dudes, though, they're keeping the pressure on. They're smoking with only 3 alive. They're going right into the Roshan pit. They want the Roshan for PMA, I'm assuming, but... So he's even walking away. But they might just go for Clanker's middle lane, but it is a Tidehunter, not the easiest jump in the world. They won't even go for it. Alright, now Clanker's finally walking in. He will... Oh, that's a good blink reaction from Clankers. Did he have vision on that, actually? Okay, he might have had vision on it, but either way, very good reaction there from Clankers. Baiting the Mars and blinking away quite easily. And now, thanks to Coddle Recall, they are as 5 again for the Dire. They are running at anybody. They do see CB. They will find out the Walrus Punch. So it will be a kill on Shaman. And they appear to only find a kill on the Shaman, but it will also be with the Serpent Wards.
A lot of wards.
Ronnie Coleman is still alive. That's a lot of gold there for basically the goal of 2 kills, thanks to Shaman dropping those. But I've been noticing that a lot actually. CB is, like, seems to be desperate to just get these Serpent Wards off, and I'm not sure if it's beneficial. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those heroes where it's like Shaman Undying, stuff like that. You just don't use those long abilities that are gonna give away gold if you just know you're dead. It's a bad habit, most players have it, to just throw down your ability. Oh, I'm gonna die anyways, but it's like, but now you're giving away more gold. Or those heroes that press Necro Book and then die.
And if you look at Xerius Cape's items, I'm sure I'll be extremely excited to see what's coming out here, because it's a finished Aghanim Scepter on Keeper of the Light. He's shown 0 components as well, actually, so they'll have no idea it's coming. Either way, Mars Marina is there. It is on Clankers, but it is a Tidehunter. Lewis is there. It is on 4. Is there Ravage? Will be used. Will be on 4 as well. It's so much damage. PMA, he's dead. The rest of Radiant, they're caught. They're being brought in. 3 are dead. Look for Lesh, but there actually are 2 Dire heroes already dead, but they should still find this kill on Leshrac at some point. There's a simile in Leshrac dropping low. His back spear is on 1, but now he's fighting into 3, and he will eventually be brought down, despite his best efforts to tank and to fight. So it's a full 5-man wipe in favor of Pizza Dog, and that's When we saw it, the moment we mentioned, hey, there's this cuddle eggs. He uses it on 4. It instantly just makes the fight so much easier.
Yeah, well, it keeps the Tidehunter and the Tusk alive for quite some time while they blew up the Jug. Jug silence ruptured, just blown up with a crap load of magical abilities. He mantas and only has 200 health left, and then presses spin, so he wasn't able to get his ult off, and just died to Bloodseeker right clicks. So that was huge. No Omni Slash in that fight was really determining on how it went.
And we're seeing these entire fights, Pizza Dog is playing so well. We're seeing these 4-man ravages and these 5-man ravages, and we're seeing this entire combination of team fight abilities. And for 5 dudes, they appear to be so far behind right now. Like, all of the momentum just seems to be in favor of Pizza Dog. They even have an Ags on Tidehunter, dear God. They're going to smoke still. They're playing around this Roshan pit. They appear to know that Radiant want to be here. The Radiant scan, though, will hit. They think Dire is roshing, but instead of being caught outside the right pit, Will-O-Wisp is there. Turpin Wards kind of dropped. The Radiant is there, but it's hitting on only Ronnie Coleman. The Shrek is being gone, taking a lot of damage, and they're in a fight. Ronnie Coleman and CP both dropping low. Apollo looks for Lesh, cannot find him. CP goes down. PMA trying to fight. Omni Slash did very little, however, and PMA will also be brought down. Cast will be used, but it's retreat time. Snowball is there. Won't even be needed. Artorius just instantly evaporated. Now it's 3 heroes dead. It's a free Roshan for the Direns. This game's looking real rough for 5 dudes.
Xeriscape's putting a lot of work in on this Coddle. The Will-O-Wisp interrupts the combo with the Arena there, and then he also Glimmer Capes Ronnie Coleman, and there's only one Omni Slash that gets off. Like, one slash.
There's a reason why this is the most dangerous man alive, is this man is just... He's dangerous. He is dismantling the team fight for 5 dudes right now. He even has a Ghost Scepter as well, so his own survivability with the Ghost Scepter and the Glimmer Cape is going to be so high. Either way, though, 5 dudes. Game is not over yet for them. What is their line of players? Simply hope that Dire makes a mistake at this point.
Yeah, they need to hold their high ground, wait out their BKBs on their 2 cores, and hopefully finish up this Juggernaut Eggs. Output a lot of damage. Shadow Shaman's a little bit poor, probably a little bit more poor than he wants to be.
Alright, they're looking for the beast. Oh, it's a Ravage. It'll be on 3. Mara dropping low. Artorius already dead on a Witch Doctor as well. It'll be 2 heroes dead, and they both do have buyback though, so it's not a complete disaster.
But unfortunately, those are 2 of your heroes that are your wave clear for your high ground.
Did they change the backdoor protection image?
Yes. They actually added one.
I'm looking at the symbol. I don't recognize the symbol.
Yeah, there wasn't one there before.
That's true. It had like some kind of like gray box though. I think it had like a square in it. Either way though, Dire into the Roshan pit. They have a DD on Bingu and that Bloodseeker. It's going to be a very easy Roshan take. Aegis probably headed to the Void Spirit. Yeah, we'll go to Apollo on that Void Spirit. And now they have the Aegis until minute 33. They have plenty of time to play around. They're just going to push out their lanes, TP the Void Spirit bottom, possibly even look for a kill there on CB. Apollo has been looking for kills in these side lanes all the time. CB even knows it. He's playing super defensively down here, but eventually he'll show. Void Spirit goes in, double step, Orchid, Remnant, Dissimulate, Resonant Pulse, dead. And there's no escape there if you're a Shaman with no items. In this case, CB has Tranquil Boots and a Void Stone, so there's no escape.
Yeah, he has 10 deaths this game. He's been trying to split push these lanes, and he's either getting run at by Tide Tusk or Void Spirit. And he's not having a fun time in this game.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, he's certainly been suffering.
However, BKB is finished on Mars, so I think this is their last hurrah. Whenever the Radiant come up onto the high ground and need BKB's ultis, that's probably going to be their last fight of the game.
It's going to be a... I mean, you might as well give the last big fight, but it's going to be a difficult fight for sure, especially into the Aegis. The target might just be Bingu, though. If they can catch Bingu before he uses BKB, that might be the catch. But the problem is Dire has a lot of saves for him. Obviously the Ravage and the Will-O-Wisp, but they have the Snowball as well, so... It's going to be a It'll probably be some kind of like surgical precision initiation for Radiant to even get a very key kill here. But you know what? You never know sometimes in Dota. Apollo actually is TPing away. He's gone for 35 seconds. Never mind, it's daytime.
Well,
they can recall.
Well, they can recall even if it's nighttime. But
oh, yeah, I didn't know this.
Yeah, you just have to use Spirit Form.
Apparently, I don't know. I do not know enough about Coddle. Apparently.
Yeah, the daytime only affects the shard still, or it's his Illuminate, which is pretty dog shit, and nobody should buy that card.
He's back. They're fully S5. We've seen it a lot actually with the Void Spirit, who's traveling into a lane and being recalled back. So it's been very good to see that, just pushing out these lanes and sure there's nowhere from to go. Apollo does go in though, does Yules up the Mars. Mars will not be silenced by the Blood Rite, so now it's simply we're seeing the Leshrac Shard actually defend these towers pretty well. You don't see the Leshrac Shard too often, but this game might be the right time to have it. Either way though, tower dropping low, in comes Mars, Arena is on 2, but also is around, it'll be in the background, it'll be on 3. Down goes Artorius, Leshrac dropping low, Leshrac goes down, Mars is still BKB, he's on the run, in comes the Large Punch, hits on CB dropping low, Omni Slash doing a lot of damage actually, the Clanker's still alive, he'll finally go down, but CB goes down as well. Apollo, still in the back lines, looking for something, will step through, will not find anybody. He actually is hexed by CB, he's shackled, he's dropping low, Cask is there, bounces on Bingu, down goes the Aegis. But Dire will be alive on 4 still, and they're only defending with 4 in the Omni Slash. Apollo, once again looking for Artorius. With the Wash Punch, they actually will get the Snowball finally, so that's a dieback for Artorius on that Witch Doctor, but it will be a trade for Ronnie Coleman. Spear is there. Will hit on Apollo. Blades get up in the Missile is there. Down goes PMA. He has buyback, though. Mars trying to fight. He goes down, but he does not have buyback, so the defenders appear to be dead.
Who appear to be dead.
Leshrac is respawned, but I think if he even shows here, he might just get jumped under tower. Or even buying back Clankers, they want to end this game right here, right now. They don't have Ravage, but they don't need it. They have the Aghanim Shard!
I think they know that this Mars doesn't have buyback. He had just recently bought the BKB. And they know that the Witch Doctor doesn't have it, because he just used it. However, they are choosing to respect this Chug buyback by the looks of it.
Okay, Clankers appears to be not respecting it, but the rest of his team is. Seeing the rest of the team back, Clankers just goes forward, like, yeah, I'm going to Anchor Smash this creep wave. Ronnie Coleman has respawned, though, so they can recall him in and just, right the hell now. So now they are on the buildings. They are S5. Mars is respawning, though, so this might be the last chance for Radiant to defend. Radiant have everything but the Omni Slash, which they have in 32 seconds. In comes Apollo, is on 2, Abyssal is there, down goes the Leshrac, he's already dead, and down goes the Jugget, well, they both have no buyback. Artorius is dead, all 3 have no back, and this appears to be the game. Yules is there, it's on Shaman. Mars is trying to fight with the Arena and the BKB, but there's not much he can do there. He's doing almost no damage, his Shaman is dead, he's fighting alone, and eventually he will go down, as the GG is called. Alright, so that was, for Pizza Dog, a dominant showing. I was thoroughly impressed by their game there. S victory, title team victory, apparently, so that's,
Oh, gotta love Valve.
interesting team name. Do you know if there's a Dota update to fix the things they broke, or no?
There was an instant update after the initial update that, was half the size of it, so it fixed some things, or they just released it into separate parts.
I'm specifically asking, because I'm asking if we need to reload Dota or not, or if we're good to go.
There's not another update right now, no.
Okay, very cool. Where is, okay, the lobby is not up. Might have to wait a little bit on that one, though, but overall, I mean, for 5 dudes, what do they do to correct the errors there? Like, where would you start in terms of playing this game differently for them, macro-wise?
Well, I think they had an okay first 10 minutes. They were up on towers, very close in net worth, and I think they just kind of fell apart in all of their engagements. They lost a hero bottom, and they stayed top. And there was a Coddle recall and 2 TPs, and it just turned into a 5v4, and they all had to leave. Then they lost a couple on the way out. So they were kind of just getting outmaneuvered around the map, partially due to Coddle and partially due to TPs. And it really costed them. So I think if they can either figure out a way to have the enemy have less mobile heroes or pick more mobile heroes themselves, and win these engagements around the map, then they should have a chance.
At this point, for Pizza Dog, I mean, they played this game pretty well, but what could they have done better in this game as well?
I think they did a really good job of shutting down the Lesh mid, but despite that, Beast of US East had a really good laning phase, and they applied almost virtually no pressure to this Jug until he was ready to show up to 5-man team fights. He had the Manta pretty much completed before they really ever went on him, but they were just winning the engagements regardless, and the Jug fell behind because of that. However, if they weren't winning those engagements, the Jug could have become a major problem for them.
Do you expect anything different in terms of a draft, or probably a similar sort of story for this one?
I'm assuming...
Oh, game plan's out of date. We need to update.
What is out of date now?
It was out of date.
A pretty similar draft coming out from Pizza Dog, but I am assuming that 5 Average Shoes will try and change something up. Either that or Xeriscape's just going to come out with a whole different draft plan.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me. I mean, I picked Xeriscape's brain a few times as of you. This man's got some really crazy draft ideas he can pull out right here, right now. Where is Artorius? There is Artorius. Here's my Artorius gamer who I can invite to my party. Did they, like, fix the draft, or no? That's the question of the day. Did they fix the draft?
I doubt it. It's Valve.
It's been like an hour and a half, though.
Yeah, but it's Valve. They tell you they're going to release something on, like, the 15th of the month, and it releases, like, the 29th of the next month.
Did they, like, go home already, and that's not going to fix their game, or what? Okay. Oh. Are we... Oh, I'm in the lobby. Xeriscape's testing to see if you can ban things, so let's see if that works. Well, I'm not seeing him ban any heroes, which is not a good sign.
Yeah, he just pinged Notorious and said it looks like it's going to have to be the same drafting.
It's still broken! Yay. Well, now what? Now what do we do? It's the same thing as last time?
I'm assuming that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, I better set up my my stream again to do it properly. It's okay, let's put up this. Oh, wait, do we know who's drafting on Radiant, who's drafting on Dire, or no?
No, I'm also not in the lobby, so...
I'm not. I don't think lobby exists right now. Or it does exist. Okay. There it is. Yeah, we are in the lobby. Unlike the teams.
I meant the drafting lobby.
Oh. Do you still believe it's the same link?
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, that's the apparently the same lobby from before, so. Probably get rid of this thing. We don't know who is who yet, but let's see here. Let's put up this little text thing. Oh, wait. Let's put up this text thing. Aha.
Well, I know Xeriscape likes the Dire better, so I'm going to assume he is the Dire.
He's a weirdo. He actually likes He actually likes Dyer. He's
Yeah,
explained. He's explained to me before, but it doesn't matter to me, man. Dyer's so sad. It's just
Dyer
so
off lane
sad.
is the worst place to be in the entire game.
Okay, there we go. This is some real tech value right here. Yeah, I have fixed the thing apparently. I think we're good. Had to put my apology to the stream again for the tech issues. Not our fault. I have noted that Pizza Dog are up 1-0 on 5 dudes. Size something. Or I should say, Victory, Title Team Victory S is up 1-0.
Gotta love Valve.
Is the draft already in progress, or? I don't think it is. Is it for you?
Nope.
Okay, so I just don't want to be behind the draft. It was frozen for me until I reloaded it last time.
Right. What should call it? Artorius needs a moment because he has something to do for his work. So, good luck filling the dead air. I will be right back.
I got you. Let's think here. Am I going to talk about Dota? Am I going to talk about not Dota? Let's talk about Dota. So, we actually have some more League of Lads playoff action coming up later this week. Saturday nights will be Toxic Tacos versus Step Bro I'm Stuck in the upper brackets. That'll be casted by yours truly. I will not be joined by Artorius though for somewhat obvious reasons. But it will be at 8 p.m. EST Saturday, so I will get somebody to join me that night, and I will go out. It'll be very exciting. As a self-proclaimed tacos fan, or as Snow would say, a self-proclaimed tacos doubter. I'll be very excited for that one, so should be fun. And looking at the rest of the brackets, we're going to have the Funny Zone will be playing Polar Ass in the lower bracket later this week, and Dark W will be playing Nebula in the upper bracket later this week. So that'll be a fun time. I'm not sure who's playing who in terms of who drops from lowers to, from winners to lowers yet. Probably should know that, but you know what? I can look it up right now. I can go to the. Where is it? There's a challenge. Alright, so the loser of... So the loser of Step Bro I'm Stuck, Toxic Tacos, will be playing the winner of this series. So, should be interesting to see what ends up happening there. Obviously, this is the 5-8 matchup. Pizza Dog was 5 seed, 5 dudes were the 8 seed. Apparently they're going to end up playing the loser of the 2-3 matchup being Step Bro I'm Stuck and Toxic Tacos. In the regular season, Step Bro I'm Stuck did take that matchup 2-0, but obviously that was at the end of a very tough stretch for Toxic Tacos. Tacos, I don't think really dropped the game after that for the rest of the season, but regardless.
I have to climb into your chair because your 2 dogs will literally go underneath your desk and tear apart your wires.
That's very sad.
Fuck off.
It's a very sad tale. It's not a problem I have, actually.
Like, most people who have to climb into their chairs is because their room's, like, trashed. Mine's because I physically have to create a barrier.
Need to save my wires. I had to pay money for these. I had to use Canadian shipping, which was $40 billion.
I've bought 12 phone charging cables.
Oh dear.
Because the other 11 have been destroyed.
Oh dear.
Okay, to be fair, 2 of those were not my dogs. And one of them was a cat, so...
Apparently animals are the enemy of your charging cables. Or perhaps charging cables everywhere. Did you know that if you lose your next series against Step Bro and Suck, you're playing the winner of this series, Artorius?
I did.
I didn't. I do now, though. I looked it up while you were gone. Something I find funny is that like these high production value sort of setups, they have like an actual setup intermission thing going on. If you think about it, the higher effort is when you don't have anything like that. You have to just talk to the audience for upwards of 5 to 10 minutes.
I feel like you're just too lazy to make a graphic.
I have to like put up a graphic and then put up a sound thing and then go in and out. Where's the fun in that? It's a certain gamesmanship, a certain sort of spirits to keeping things going and not relying on lo-fi copyright-free music. You know what I mean? However, I have a story. I have a story for you, Artorius. So this is a story from a very, very long time ago, actually. This is when I was in my sophomore year of high school. I ran cross-country at the time. And I had a number of... Apparently both teams are playing the Dota tutorial right now, but that's irrelevant. Regardless, though, I was on cross-country at the time. And I had a good friend who was a senior, and he would drive us home from practice. But, because he had a car, we didn't want to get his car all sweaty, we showered after every practice. Because, we're running like 7-8 miles a day. Gotta shower, gotta keep yourself clean. So we all brought towels. And my buddy here, the senior, Anthony, gets out of the shower, dries up before I'm done showering, and walks up to the freshman after he changes with this, like, beleaguered sort of tone. Like, hey guys! Kyle just whipped it out the shower and said, hey Anthony, look at my micropenis! And the freshman believed him. The freshman fucking believed this man. So the freshman called me micro for the next 3 years. Which is ironic, because you know anything about how big I am, and how tall I am, you know how the name micro might not fit particularly well, but you know what? They believed that man. Motherfucker.
I would too.
Of course, now in hindsight I can laugh at it, but at the time I was a little bit embarrassed.
Alright, Badger, I took 30 seconds and I made you an intermission graphic.
Oh.
It's fantastic, you'll love it.
Oh. Intermission. It's beautiful. I can tell you put 30 seconds into it, but still. Maybe one day. The thing is, a lot of times with the intermissions, right? You have these casters who are in for like 2, 3, 4 straight series, right? When you have just one series, do you really need intermission? I don't think so.
Well, if you're casting the finals, because it's a best of 5.
That's some pussy stuff right there. The draft is still not started, right? Wait. Applying update. It says applying update. Oh no, not more. No, don't tell me there's another update. I've had enough updates.
No, I think it's his work thing.
Oh, okay, we're good. Is he the Valve janitor fixing the problems?
He actually works for Valve. He's releasing the official patch update right now.
Oh, it's for IBM, apparently. It's probably a more competently run company. No offense to Valve, obviously, but... Actually, maybe not. IBM's kind of had some rough years recently, but... There we go. I put a comment on that one. You would need a time machine for that one. Because IBM obviously was very relevant back in like the 60s and 70s.
Yes,
2021, not so much.
I live in the Great White North, an equal latitude to Badger.
I didn't know that until I figured you were more north because you're literally in Canada, you know. No, you're in that part of Canada like juts next to America, so.
Yeah, there's a few of those.
That's where most of the population is, apparently. Because Toronto is not that far north either, you know?
Yeah, it's only about 3 hours away from where I am.
If we just looked up a map of Canada, like, you look at the population, this is, it's on the border pretty much. I guess, like, Edmonton and Calgary aren't that close to the border, but other than that. Are there any major Canadian cities, like, that far from the border other than Edmonton and Calgary?
Ottawa.
I guess, like, Halifax, but they're also, like, that's not for, like, a north-south region. That's, like, an east region, you know what I mean? They're to the east.
Well, there's Montreal, Quebec City, Ottawa, Yellowknife.
Are Ottawa, Quebec City, and Montreal that far away though? Like they're not that far into Quebec. I guess Ottawa not far into Ontario, but still.
I think they're about the same distance as Toronto is.
Really? Huh. I'll be.
Wait, actually, Toronto's close to Niagara. Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, Toronto's like an hour. Toronto's like an hour drive from Niagara. I've done it. It's not that bad.
Yeah. You want to know why Canada's better than the States?
Oh boy, what are you gonna do this time?
Yep. We have the better half of Niagara Falls.
Okay, if you think about it, we share the good part. But we have our own part too, so I think we win on that one. Because if anyone's ever been to Niagara Falls, there's the big Niagara Falls, but then like half a mile away there's like a smaller falls. The smaller falls is entirely American property, but the borderline is in the middle of the real Niagara Falls. So in that sense, aren't we ahead?
No, we have the better half of Niagara Falls. Just deal with it. Ours looks better. There's nothing you can do about it.
We share. We're shared stewards of Niagara Falls, sir. If you got a problem with that, we can go back, pull an 1812, invade you guys again. Won't have any Britain to defend you guys this time.
What are you gonna do? Go ask Quebec to help, and then they're just gonna laugh at your face?
Quebec actually probably would help. They don't like you guys.
No, they didn't vote for independence. They lost 51% to 49.
That's pretty close margins, brother. That's pretty close margins. Oh, we're just waiting for Artorius. Which makes sense. He is the drafter for the 5 dudes. They are going to need him for the drafting portion of the Dota 2 game.
Oh, true. Winnipeg. Poncho Boys just said that in chat.
Yeah, in 2 minutes he'll know that we too have acknowledged the existence of Winnipeg.
Is Regina far enough away? I know Churchill is. Churchill has polar bears.
Honestly, is Regina even relevant enough though?
Yeah, it's pretty big, I think.
Can't be that big.
My Regina is bigger than yours.
I'm sure we could just put one in cat. I'm sure we have one in like Texas or something that's a similar size. It wouldn't shock me.
Did you know that I once drove from London to Paris?
Ha! You're funny. Because it's London, Canada. I didn't know there was a Paris, Canada, but...
Yeah, they're both in Ontario. And they're like 2 hours away from each other.
If you want to finish the gauntlet, we have a Berlin down in Connecticut. You can visit me when you're doing the London to Paris to Berlin gauntlets.
Do you have a Warsaw so I can say Berlin to Warsaw in one tank?
I highly doubt it, but you never know sometimes.
What I'm referencing is most people won't understand because you think I'm referencing World War II, but no. It's a car commercial. Because it can make it from Berlin to Warsaw in one tank of gas. But they completely destroyed the wording in that commercial. They should not have used that word.
I think if you're thinking about it on a technical level as well, I'm sure if you had a large enough tank, you can go anywhere to anywhere, right? Or if you had a way of refueling your car. Okay, I'd probably stretching the definition of the word tank. If you're just refueling it on the run, but still.
if you had an LVT infantry tank, you could make it anywhere in the world. 'Cause it can go on water. No,
So Darius keeps asking if we're having fun. Are we having fun?
a fantastic time.
So isn't this look how much more fun this is than having an intermission graphic and some copyright-free music. These people would not know. Would not know, we know so little about us. The irrelevant amateur league casters.
Oh, is Bulljax in the chat? He is not.
He was earlier.
Wait, that means I can post this. Well, I can send you this meme, and he won't get upset.
Is it safe for stream?
Yes.
Okay, send it.
It's a Dota meme. It's about Masters Grand Final.
Yeah, I watched that one. I'll put it on screen for the uninitiated. But can I drag this? Can I drag this? Oh, there it is.
I don't know.
Okay. This was for those who are unaware. This was the RE2L Division 1 Masters Grand Finals the other nights, and Bulljax, the 5-player for the winning team, did this. He bought an Aghanim shard on Ogre Magi.
He thought that it reduced incoming attack damage by 70% for 3 seconds, not for 3 attacks. So, yes. It would be a good shard if it reduced it for 3 seconds, I'll give him that. Or, it would be okay if it was 3 attacks, but if you could multicast it, then it would be an okay shard. But just 3 attacks, it's terrible.
It's one of those things, it might change eventually, right? Because if you think about back in the day, I'm not sure if you played Dota... Actually, you definitely didn't play Dota 3 at the time. Back in, 2012, Nyx Assassin's Carapace only applied to the first instance of damage you took from any targets, before it changed to, the first instance of damage from everything that hits you. So perhaps they'll change the Ogre Shard at some point to be a similar thing, you know? And then maybe one day they'll make the Ogre Shard good.
Mm-hmm.
Or perhaps Ice Frog will just say screw it on shards next patch and just remove them. You never know.
True. So 50-50. Just like my MMR.
Yeah, it's classic support player gameplay. Alright, so apparently Artorius has put out the fire in IBM's Canadian division. I'm sure IBM in their whatever partners they have in the country, like Dell or Rogers or whatever, will be super happy with that one. Like, yes, this guy's fixed our servers. We can do things. It's Game 2? Oh, Game 2 is getting started soon. This is very exciting. This has a chance to be a very long BO3, though. If this, oh, Bulljax is here.
Dang, I thought I could sneak it past him.
No, I want him to know. I want Bulljax to see it. That way he can formulate a response.
Bulljax is just such a good player that he can waste his money on an Ogre Aghanim Shard and still kill Terrorblade like a Chad.
So sometimes you just cast your spell, your stun on the enemy team, enemy Terrorblade, you just stun that man.
Yeah, I'll give it to him. It was a long game. It was game 3. He was probably tired. He didn't want to read it, so he just glanced over it, and he's like, this looks good, and he bought it. That's what I do when I play other MOBAs. Just like, this item looks okay, bye.
Yeah, I'm scared of that happening in the best of 5. Is like game 4, game 5, teams are just gonna start falling apart mentally.
It's got a 3-0. Just forfeit finals, actually. I think that's our plan if we ever make it there.
So, that's right. So is this Snow's doing? Because, Snow forfeits NHL playoffs, forfeits Masters playoffs, it's going to forfeit Lads playoffs, too?
He has threatened it on multiple occasions that he's going to forfeit Lads finals if we make it that far.
Jesus Christ, Snow. For those who are either just joining us or have been waiting for the last, 20 minutes now, we are waiting to begin the draft for Game 2. I assure you it will happen eventually. Don't know when. Don't know where.
It's a big promise.
I mean, eventually it's going to start, right? Eventually. There's no way it never starts, There's no way the teams just say, screw it, we forfeit, or we agree to draw, nobody goes... Eventually, something's going to happen.
Yeah, maybe in 10 minutes, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, you never know.
I mean, at the rate this is going, this series could end tomorrow. So tomorrow starts in our time zone in just in 87 minutes. 86 minutes now, so...
In the only time zone.
The only time zone that matters. That's why you need to apply a -5 to it.
Alright, you want a fun fact?
Go for it.
Name the one place in the entire world that does not have rats, other than Antarctica.
Maybe like the South Sandwich Islands or South Georgia or something?
Alberta.
Huh? How does Alberta not have rats?
So...
There's like 30,000 of them in attendance for every fucking Oilers game. That's 30,000 rats right there. What do you mean?
They had a severe rat problem. Rats were eating all of their farmers' crops. So they like exterminated the rats in their entire province, and they give pesticides to every single farmer that's on the border to specifically kill rats. And if you want a pet rat in Alberta, you have to apply for a license to get it, and you have to make sure it doesn't get out or you'll be fined.
Can't we just do that everywhere? I don't like rats. Rats are not very nice. If you can, like, clear Alberta of rats, couldn't we start, like, going, like, say, couldn't Alberta just go to, say, I don't know, Saskatchewan and say, hey, let's clear the rats from your province, too, and just start working province by province until just
I'm sure
the
it
rats
would
are
be
dead.
very expensive, and a whole bunch of people would be against that, you know, for normal reasons of exterminating a race. Well, not a race, a whole species of animal. Or single animal. I don't know what I'm saying.
That's probably, I guess, ethical concerns are a thing. I, for one, though, have never been happy to see a rat in my life, so...
I don't think I've seen a rat in person.
Not very nice.
But not rats.
If you think about a mice, but larger, nastier looking, and like more like a dark gray color. It's not very fun. I don't like. They're not very nice. They're not very cool. They're a lot more bold than mice are. Which I guess comes with having like a 10 times the body size, you know. You get a little more emboldened.
When I was on residence at university, there was skunks and squirrels everywhere because of the garbage from the cafeterias were in the dumpsters. And I think they were so used to people that I literally had to walk around a squirrel because it didn't get out of my way.
Jesus Christ.
And this, like, the one time I was walking, and there was a skunk probably about 5 feet away from me in the bush, and I just turned and looked at it, and I was like, I am very close to the skunk. And it just, like, looked at me, acknowledged me, and just kept minding its own business. It's like they didn't feel threatened anymore. It was like, okay, I guess they're not scared of people anymore.
I suppose it's preferable to the alternative of it getting scared and then spraying you, because from what I've heard, it's not fun to get sprayed by a skunk.
And it is one of the few things I can still smell, so...
Yes, I can smell. That's a bad thing. That means everyone else can smell me. No. Alright, the drafts. We're waiting on the draft to start. Apparently, I guess we'll see 5 dudes be Radiant first pick. So when the draft starts on the Dota draft thing, it has been on screen for the last however many minutes. We'll be seeing the same thing as earlier, so let me put up my little text thingy. Oh, there we go. We did it. Put that on the screen right there. My production value is immense.
Fantastic.
This is immense. You'll see it in 2 minutes. You already know. I did the same thing as last night. I dragged it to the left a little bit because I put up the series score from earlier. I apologize to anyone who has been waiting on the action, but there's nothing we can do sometimes. Between Valve and between the captains, sometimes stuff gets delayed, you know?
first ban Coddle.
Okay, apparently they say, you know what?
They're not having it.
We're we're done. And I think I've been waiting to go to the bathroom just to when the draft came up, so you have something to talk over. I'll be right back, sir.
I can make up stuff to talk about without talking about a draft.
It's on the screen. You have material to help you. I was giving you the assist, brother. Go get him.
I just chirp you when you're here and there's no drafts. Is that why you wanted to avoid it? Alright, so pretty similar bans. Only ban that was different from game 1 is the Coddle ban over the DP ban. So 2 support players, they pick up the DP themselves. So the 2 bans by the Radiant were obviously targeted at Xeriscape with the Coddle and Ronnie Coleman with the Earth Spirit, and then the Dire double respect banning Beast of US East, Tiny, and Sandcake. However, I'm interested to see where this DP goes, because I don't think I've seen 5 average dudes pick it yet. So if it's going to be a 4, 5, a 2, maybe even a 3. And there is the normal counter to a pause 5 DP, which just pick Rubik lol. I believe that is also one of Ronnie Coleman's heroes that he has picked up. They pick up AA. Wonder if they were expecting an alchemist or if they planned to pick it themselves. Or maybe it was just a deny pick for the Dire so they don't pick it into the DP. Now we'll probably see a core pick coming out from Dire here. Yep, because now they can protect it with 3 heroes. Or actually that might be a 5. I guess it's a bit of a flex. They banned the Ursa themselves. Probably would have saved that one to 13 if it were me, in case the Dire decided to ban it. They banned CB's Spirit Breaker. Looks like the Radiant are again banning out carries, which I'm sure both carry players are not too happy about. Because it's never fun when your hero pool gets cut in half. Another Monkey King ban.
Got me
Appears
some
the Dire
water.
does not want to change up their bans at all.
Rubik pick. Let's go. Excited to cast Rubik.
Have a draft plan and they're going
Let's
to
go.
stick to it.
Put on my headphones. Put them on the wrong order. Alright, I'm back.
I have no idea where any of these heroes are playing. Except for maybe Rubik.
God, you're right. Traditionally, they'd pick a 4 AA or 5 AA and then a mid DP to put the Tide 3, the Rubik 4, or maybe 5, but now it's...
In this patch, you don't know where anything's going.
Oh yeah, DP can play support now, and AA can even mid, and Rubik can mid, and Tide can play 5, and just nobody plays anything normally anymore.
Where's Dendy when you need him to pull out the Mancient Mapparition?
That was a good time. Back in the day when that was an actual mid lane hero.
Well, that was back when auto attack animation was the only reason why you would pick a hero. Unfortunately, I did not see those days. I started playing in 2015.
I assure you there was more reason to pick a hero than auto attack animation back then.
They banned the Wraith King, and I think somebody accidentally pressed undo, undid the Wraith King ban, and they banned it again. This time the Dire take the jug.
I just ate a peanut butter cup. I'm ready to go. Got some food. Gotta get some food, you know?
I had a butter tart earlier. It was great. Alright, Badger, this will determine whether I like you or not.
Yeah.
as a human being, what type of butter tarts do you like? The ones with nothing in them, raisins, or pecans?
Pecans, for sure.
Correct answer.
I was gonna say, have you been waiting that long to decide if you like me or not? You've done it for how many months now? You've casted
But
for how many hours straight?
even the ones with raisins are fine, but like my one cousin likes them without anything inside of them. I'm like, but then it's just pastry and sugar. That's all it is.
Maybe they like pastry and sugar.
Are they Greek? Goddamn baklava. Or baklava, however you pronounce it.
So
That is literally sugar and pastry in layers like lasagna. It is weird.
There's a lot of food that's like that. I mean, fried dough is literally that as a concept. Funnel cakes are literally that as a concept. Like cinnamon rolls are not far off from that.
You put other things on the funnel cakes.
Because you could just do powdered sugar on the top. I've seen it just be powdered sugar on the top, so it can be done that way, you know.
Yeah, but why would you only want sugar on top when they have like that strawberry stuff? You can put Nutella on it. You can put all sorts of stuff. Why would you only want powdered sugar?
I'm not saying I do that. I'm just giving a devil's advocate argument here. I've seen it done. It has some popularity to it. We actually have draft stuff to discuss now. Very cool. Oh no, it's Alchemist. So
and they do counter it with a razor.
I mean, tournament lives on the line. 5 dudes are coming to the PMA Alchemist. Interesting. Obviously, I mean, a lot of PMA heroes are banned or counterpicked already by being Jug already picked, so...
Now I wonder if they are going to pick a support or a mid laner at 23, or if they're just going to pick another flex. Ooh, what if they put the Alchemist mid?
I think they allow some flex. I'm not sure what they pick, but I think somewhere got to pick a flex carry mid or a flex 4-2. I don't think they commit to anything.
Brain. I'm so glad I'm not a drafter.
I used to draft back in the day, but drafting is stressful, man. I'll agree with you on that one. It's a lot easier not to draft.
Like, the problem with me drafting is I would just pick stupid off-meta things. Like, you know the amount of heroes I suggest, and Snow's like, alright, what do you actually want? And I'll be like, Ricky Pots 4, and he's like, no, what do you actually want? I'm like, give me, like, I don't know, Kunkka 4, and he's like, no.
That's like literally me with my nieces trying to figure out what they want for dinner. It's like, hey, what do you want for dinner? I want chocolate! Just trying to get a real answer out of them.
Go play it in-house. Hey Artorius, what do you want? Tinker, Invoker, or Pangolier?
I gave you Pangolier. I actually gave you Pangolier.
Because you didn't want to see me play the other two.
I can justify me giving you Invoker for it. It's viable, I'm sure. I am not giving you Tinker for ever, though. We do have a puck, though. I guess there is a degree of flexibility still, but I'm expecting a carry Alk mid-puck offlane axe. 4 DP 5 AA, is that probably a correct assessment?
Yeah, so I'm assuming they're going to put the DP5 to just out-trade Tide.
They're putting the Clinks middle for Apollo, apparently. Interesting.
What if it's back to Clinks 4?
Sounds awful. Alright, let's see here. We can, okay, let's get rid of this little text thing right here. Let's get rid of this little text thing right here. Oh! You can get rid of this thing as well. And then did they... Oh, they put it properly in the lobby, too! I love you, Xeriscape. They tagged game 1 up with victory properly.
That's insane.
I can take the little text thing off my screen. Either way, though, I kind of like 5 dudes draft. What's your overall thoughts on these drafts?
I like both drafts. I think both drafts are a little bit lacking on stuns. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes down.
You think about it, right? If one team lacks stuns and the other team also lacks stuns, then suddenly neither team lacks stuns. It's just you're no longer playing normal Dota anymore.
Who cares, Tidehunter, Kraken Shell, if you just don't have anything to purge?
I remember back in the day there was a game, it was one of those gold-black games, where neither team had any stuns. People were legit just TPing from the middle of the team fight. It was amazing.
I am really concerned on how either team plan to lock down Juggernaut, Clinks, or Puck, or Alchemist, because there is nothing...
Okay, Puck buys Hex, Clinks buys Hex, Jug buys Abyssal, Alc buys Abyssal, right? Right?
Those are very late into the game.
Okay, so if Puck goes like Blink into... Okay, maybe like a fourth item for Puck. It's like Blink, Yules, Ags, Hex. You could probably get like Abyssal third or fourth on Alchemist. You might be up like Hex third item on Clinks. It's not that unrealistic to have all his ends like minute 32 or something, you know?
I want you to click on Razor and look at his inventory. This man does not care about his own farm. He just wants PMA to have the worst lane he has ever experienced.
That's like a... In a sense, this is like the microcosm of the entire Dota community, right? We all want to give this middle finger to Alchemist. In Clankers, he is giving us the middle finger to Alchemist. He's saying, you know what? I link damage. We're seeing Xeriscape, classic play. Scouting middle lane, see if they have a ward there. Apparently, they don't have a ward there. There is a ward here, though, but he does not know that. It'll be, 2 runes for 2 runes, though. No pre-horn fighting this time around. Simply will be, easy rune takes for both teams. PMA might have a rough, like, first wave or two as well, because right now, he can't get the experience alone, but Artorius is not TPing down there, so I meant to see Razor just straight up link him, and then... Well, then what? You just do nothing, I guess. You just get linked.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Yep. There goes the damage. It's only 25 ticking, so it's not that bad, but... Razor should get most, if not all, of the last hits and denies in this wave from that alone.
And now only has, like, 30 damage, though.
He's got a Falling Blade and Acid Spray, though, so he can get last hits with the right luck and the right manipulation of aggro, but... Deny is obviously impossible at this point. He got one under tower as well. That's not bad. All things considered, PMA last hitting well under the conditions. Yeah, actually, Notorious got some range creep as well. That's actually really good for Radiant so far bottom lane. And Clankers has no regen as well. Is that a salve in the career? It's a salve for Rubik, so... Razor might be low on regen this game. Top lane, Bingo taking a lot of damage as well. Gush is there on the axe, though, so the Beast of UFC will be on the retreat.
Mid lane, Puck actually started...
Clankers died!
Oh.
And Notorious life for that as well, but that's a fantastic trade for Radiance. We mentioned the lack of regen on Clankers, but didn't think it'd be so immediate.
Yeah.
Top lane's there taking a lot of damage as well. CB diving the tower, we'll get the kill there with that Crypt Swarm. So this is... He's even diving tower for the healing ward, does not get the healing ward though. What were you saying at the Puck earlier?
He started level 1 phase shift.
I mean, I get it, because the entire lane against Puck, right, as Clinks, is to do right-click damage, because Puck's a low-armor hero, right? You want to just hit the Puck over and over again. So what Puck wants to not get hit, how do you not get hit? Phase shift. Makes sense. I like it. I feel like non-Puck players might think it's weird, but I like it a lot. I would probably do the same thing, to be honest. Either way, though, bottom lane, Notorious taking a lot of damage, is trying to be run down by the likes of Ronnie Coleman and Clankers, but they lack the resources to further stun him up. Top lane, there's a Gush on CB, but he has a Siphon. Bingu actually trying to run him down, but Xeriscape a little bit too fast to get past. Could not path by him there. Overall, looking at the CS chart, if the goal for Clankers was to ruin PMA's game, He is not succeeding so far. PMA is 12-1, which is higher than Jug.
Oh, you know, it'd be a Giga Chad play. So, Razor's sucking the damage, right? And Artorius puts Cold Feet on the Razor. And the Cold Feet, so he just keeps running and chasing the Alchemist, so the Cold Feet gets purged. Oh, Beast of USD is going
Yeah, I haven't watched him die.
Oh, no, you don't.
Nothing of importance. Go on.
What if the Alchemist just turned around and man-fought him and forced the Razor to leave the static link or be stunned?
I think you just get stunned there. It's only level 1 stun, right? It's not a big deal. It's level 1 Cold Feet, it's level 1 Concoction. Who the hell cares?
The AA could kill him.
I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna happen. Wait, what? That's a good... Okay, I guess they overtraded their middle lane. Both Puck and Clinks out there win the engagement, and then, well, Clinks won the engagement, so... It's a very good kill for Apollo.
Runes are spawning, and Clinks does have a bottle.
We're seeing Puck... Puck probably should have ferried out more regen there and just didn't. We're seeing a spin top lane. CB will eventually go down here, it appears. Actually, with the Siphon, Xeriscape might go down instead. Cryptswarm is there. Down goes Xeriscape, and CB has the salve, so... There will be no kill there.
Yeah, Stick plus the Fairy Fire baited them in a little bit.
It's one thing. I'm surprised though Puck didn't ferry out more regen. If I were in this lane as Puck, I would be ferrying out so much regen to just... Because you need to be trying to Clinks to get a farm. But you just rush the bottle instead of like buying like 4 salves, you know? That's just Dota 2 for sometimes though.
Jug's Courier having some very weird pathing there.
There's been a lot of weird courier movements this game. I think we've had like 3 courier deaths already. At least a lot of, if not that, they come very close to it in terms of near deaths. But yeah, number 1 in last hits are Clinks and Axe right now, so that's interesting heroes to see. But makes sense. We didn't mention it earlier, but Axe certainly one of the better offlaners at laning into the Jug, so certainly a fine time there. Bottom lane though, there is a link on PMA. They're hitting Artorius. Artorius will go down, and with that actually telekinesis done. So look for both. PMA needs 1 more hit, but he is faster than Clankers, so PMA. That was a very good attempt there from Ronnie Coleman to get both the kills. Very good telekinesis done, and they almost got both because of it, but. It's a little thing, yo. Those game inches came very close getting the kill, but
Oh god.
say
He said, didn't it?
you said it. Either way, though.
He said the funny.
I did say the funny. I have Math Magician in my chat as well, who I'm assuming has just finished his MD2L action, so it's good to see him in there. Either way, the bottom lane Cold Feet is there. We're seeing some slows on Clankers, but Clankers simply going to run away. Now create Artorius. Artorius will go down to the overwhelming damage. 117 damage stolen by Clankers. And now Clankers will ruin PMA's game with, you know, 170 last damage he can work with. Middle lane Clinks, as expected, is slightly on top thanks to that kill. Level 7 versus level 6. Top lane, Axe is starting to take over. Actually skilled Call rather than 2 points in Hunger. Try to get a kill on Xeriscape there, or at least get some damage. Accomplish the latter. I'm actually curious as to when PMA is going to hit to the jungle. He's level 4 right now. It's probably level 6, or might even be earlier for PMA. It might even be earlier. I'm looking to just take all this damage. In top lane, we're seeing a Tyvon Bingu. These are called from Beast of US East. So Chug is dead. But Ronnie Coleman is there. Telekinesis is there on the Axe. They're trying to kill him. They Anchor Smash there. They need a little more damage. And it will be for Xeriscape. But now CB is looking for a counter kill on Xeriscape. Has Grips on level 2. Will use it. Will hit. So it's a double kill for CB. Now Ronnie Coleman and CB are trading. And CB should be good to walk away there. He'll retreat and turn with the Spear Siphon. Puck has Coil, might just use it, might not use it, you never know. Has Orb, has Silence. Silence will be done first. We're going to see an Orb. Can Jaunt. We'll actually jaunt under the tower. We'll Coil for the last hit on Ronnie Coleman. And now, Bingu simply stuck under the tower with the Coil. His courier is now dead. He even pops the Coil. This is a sad day for couriers, for sure. This is, we're seeing Xeriscape actually trying to go to kill on Puck. Did use Gush and Anchor Smash, but now CB is there, has 1 Siphon, but will not even use it on Xeriscape. The Axe. This game is rapid. This game is just rapidly degenerating. Gush is there on Axe. He will call, but only be on 1. He'll Battle Hunger Apollo. but they won't have enough damage to bring down the Beast of US East. But Bingu is coming, has level 3 spin, so we might see some
Clink's
action
called
here.
right now. This is space bottom for the Alchemist. The Razor rotated mid to take it over.
Yeah, every time anything happens where PMA can just take creeps, then PMA is going to be very, very happy. He's getting very close right now to this like first component of Battle Fury. He'll start accelerating when that happens, of course.
He's hit level 7, but this Alchemist has Rage. It'd be a very hard kill.
He's going to bother him either way, though. Telekinesis is there, so that's going to be a lot of damage stolen from PMA. Guess she might just go down here. She's taking a lot of damage. She needs 2 more hits from Razor, probably, but with the Phase Boots, Alchemist simply too fast. We're seeing Razor, Brown Boots, Alchemist, Phase Boots. The movement speed differential is just way too huge to run him down like that. That's the problem with Razor, right? Razor's the hero where your entire thing is having move speed and using Link, but your hero's just slower than most heroes in the game.
Razor going for a very movement speed heavy build. He's going first item boot to travel. Either this is going to work fantastically, or he's going to get blown up in every single fight.
I'm thinking the latter, because it's already a hero who suffers in the fights a lot of the time. I'm not sure what Xerioscape's up to, but he's certainly going for something, looking to disrupt PMA, it appears. Now they're running at Artorius with Gush, and meanwhile, top lane, they were diving Bingu as well, so I looked at the wrong dive. The one top lane was successful with the call, and now they have the Exorcism for DP. They will look for that tower. Meanwhile, in the jungle, Puck is fighting Xerioscape, has Coil available, will use it on both. Xerioscape is dead to that, the Chilling Touch from Artorius. Now Ronnie Coleman, he's been cold feet stunned, had no escape thanks to that Coil, and will be 2 more kills for 5 dudes. They got 3 across the map if you include the one top on Bingu, and they got the top tier 1 as well, so a very good chain of actions for the 5 dudes. Meanwhile, Razor, Clankers, is looking for Artorius. Artorius simply TPing. They try to finish him. They will get it thanks to the help from Apollo with that Searing Arrows damage, of course, so. Overall, though, I feel like 5 dudes are in a much better spot this game than they were last game coming out of the lanes. I feel like they have a much more, obvious win condition, right?
Yeah, their active heroes are in a lot better place than they were in the last game. So these aggressive movements from the Dire here have been punished a little bit harder.
Speaking of aggressive movements, there's a call on Razor bottom lane. Coil's not needed, actually. They will simply kill Clankers without the Coil, because it is also on cooldown, so. We're seeing Clankers has finished the bots, but we saw it right there. We mentioned the concern he might just get bursted down, and he simply got bursted down very easily in that situation.
Yeah, a lot of magic damage. Probably should be picking up some infused raindrops to make sure he doesn't get blown up in these fights.
Like, we're seeing Apollo even buy raindrops in the Clinks right now. Possibly a very good raindrops game. Xerioscape is bottom, but has no Ravage. He needs 1 more last hit for level 6. His team needs to hit these creeps for him, but regardless, he has the Gush, has the Anchor Smash. Call is there on Tide. Tide goes down. Kill goes to CB. Radiant? Meanwhile, we're seeing Clankers is there next to PMA. Stole 174 damage, so Alchemist trying to last it with negative 40 damage. Not very successful. But regardless, PMA is getting quite close to that B Fury. About 900 gold away right now, so he's getting quite close. At the rate he's running now, it'll be 2 or 3 minutes at most. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Radiant still in the space creation mission, looking for this bottom tier 1 tower. Exorcism is popped, Axe tanking that tower, but we're seeing Dire actually rotate a bit to the mid lane, looking for PMA. Omnislash is there, Gush is there as well. Clankers will die as well to that middle lane engagement, so it's a 1-for-1 so far. Both on the bottom lane course and earlier dying. But importantly, they killed PMA, so that sacrifice of your Razor, certainly worth it. They will lose their bottom tier 1 in the meanwhile, but that's a worthwhile trade for Pizza Dog, I'm sure.
I think on the flip side, it's kind of rough. This Razor starts out first item boots of travel. He's not getting any gold because he's only trying to ruin this Alchemist game. And this Alchemist obviously can catch up very quickly. He's an Alchemist. He has this Battle Fury coming out very soon. You definitely need to slow him down. But I think if your team is losing objectives in order to slow down an Alchemist, it's not going to end well because, as you can see, while Alchemist is not top net worth, the other 2 cores for Radiant are very highly farmed. and if it continues that way, it could be a problem.
I'm actually curious as to whether or not the Clinks is going to go for some real aggressive posturing with this Orchid. Clinks has Orchid in about 200 gold, so he might even go for like an aggressive sort of kill Alch mission.
I think it almost needs to be a kill Puck mission. He's going first item Aghanim Scepter, so he's not going to have any defensive items.
Yeah, Puck might change her items, just seeing, hey, oh, never mind, Plane Booster is purchased, there's no going back. And Artorius will die. Simply, just brought down by the right clicks of Apollo. The steering arrow is way too much damage, but even without the clicks being there, Artorius still dies. Meanwhile, though, Axe is fighting the Xeriscape. Xeriscape actually purged the Battle Hunger with the D ward on the Sentry ward. Meanwhile, middle lane, Link is there looking for PMA. There was a Blink X call on Clankers. Cryptstorm was stolen. He's a Ronnie Coleman, but nobody is dead except for Clankers. Now, not Ronnie Coleman. Puck jaws in. Cullen Blade is there. It kills both. The Ravage was used on 4 technically, but to what effect? There's a 2-man coil on these remaining Dire heroes. CB trying to fight. Is tanking through. Xeriscape is dead, so that's 3 dead, and now they're fighting Clinks. PMA still there. They have him dusted, and it will be another kill per peripheral, and it's 4 kills for the Radiants in exchange for simply an Axe. An absolute disastrous engagement for Pizza Dog. They wanted to slow the Alx farm down, but instead they've added themselves to Alx farming rotation. It's a very sad tale.
Yeah, this is the problem. Like, slowing down an Alchemist for a minute in the grand scheme of things sounds good. Like, you're limiting upwards of 700, 800 PPM.
Ooh,
But
Axe Call is there on 2. Ice Blast will be in there as well. Both will go down. Huge call there from the BCUS East and the huge Ice Blast follow-up from Notorious. Double kill to him.
this is the problem. The other 2 cores on the Dire are very farmed, and obviously an AA and a DP only need levels to really be relevant in these fights. And running at the Alchemist will solve your long-term problems, but these short-term problems are still very relevant, and they need to address them. This Klink's Orchid should be very huge, but now they need to wait for Ravage to be back up before they really fight again. Or they might try and go on this lull when there is no Exorcism.
Goodbye, Notorious. Nice knowing you. Orchid reveal from Apollo, but I think both teams knew it was coming because of the components in the inventory. Obviously, Phreesian Apparition, he's a hero that dies very easily there.
He did use it in the last fight on the Puck, so they might have known.
My bad. Somehow didn't notice that. Either way, it was one scene.
It was like a last-second thing.
Looking over at PMA, is that a Yasha on the Courier? That is a full Yasha on the Courier. He's accelerating. Something we haven't really mentioned too heavily, though, is, I mean, we know the Razor's been suffering, but the Jug's also really suffering. He's just finishing a Maelstrom right now, so he's having a very rough game in terms of his farm. He had a rough time into that Axe, obviously, so there's another Blink Call middle lane onto Clankers. Puck coming in, has the coil. Will jaunt in silence. Coil will eventually be used, and they will eventually find Clankers. Meanwhile, they're in the fight. Notorious fighting with Xeriscape. Ice Blast is used. Gush was used as well. He actually will steal the Ice Blast, and that will be actually missed on Notorious. So Notorious will still live, and now it's Blink Call from Axe. He was telekinesis, though, by Ronnie Coleman in time, so good lift there from Ronnie Coleman.
If he clipped them, that could have been very bad for the Axe.
Overall, though, I feel like, well, what does Pizza Dog need to really do to solve the issues? Because they're having a lot of these issues in terms of both keeping up with the Alch, but also just fighting the 4v4 fights.
Well, they have Ravage up. I think they need to dig a tower. Yeah. They need to find the Puck, or even the Axe, get a pick off. Interesting call bit. And then take some of these towers, right? Like, Alchemist feels so safe farming his triangle because he has both mid and tier 1 tower up. And he has a sentry there. Unfortunately, the sentry does not see that.
And A is dead again. It's a sad tale for these supports.
These supports are obviously going to get punished, and because of the Clinks.
Yeah, they need to play a lot more conservatively to play with their teammates, because if you're playing alone against Orchid Clinks, you're going to die.
Mm-hmm. On the other hand, though, this Clinks isn't feeling good because he really wants to find a core with one of these Orchids, and he just hasn't been able to yet.
I mean, ideally the Puck, of course, but even like an Axe could potentially be a kill if you have a teammate.
Yeah, Axe is actually more farmed than Puck, so even killing him would be pretty huge. Like, obviously, your Razor's in recovery mode. He spent a lot of gold to try and slow down this Alchemist game. So he doesn't have very good fighting.
He's taking a lot of damage. Ravage is there on 3. Axe will go down here. Can Dire get more? Clanker's taking a lot of damage, so he will not be the one to get those kills, but in comes Alchemist. But he is stunned. Alchemist is Orchided. They're doing a lot of damage. CB will go down. Can they finish the Clinks? Cold Feet is there, but he's going to walk away, but the coil will stop that from happening. Down goes Apollo. It's a 2 for 2 so far, and Radiant might look for a Zero Escape, but yeah, they will not find a Zero Escape. I mean, they found a core with the Orchid there for Clinks, but that's Alchemist.
Yeah. I think the moment he saw that Alchemist got Chemical Rage off before he silenced him, he immediately turned and tried to kill DP. He knew there was nothing he could do to the Alchemist at that point.
How do you have Orchided him before the Chemical Rage? Would this fight be looking entirely differently right now, or would that have not affected things?
I don't think it was possible to get it off before the Chemical Rage. He did Chemical Rage behind the tower, but he was definitely trying to stop himself from being stunned by the Alchemist. Just didn't get it off.
Dude, the Beast is on some crazy stuff right now. He looked for a solo kill on Zero Escape and might just die for it. Clankers is here. Does have the... Look at it. He won't even use the Link here. Possibly scared of the Blade Mail damage.
Either that or just TPs to that tier 1 tower.
Pizza Dog does have friends coming over. The Apollo will find Artorius once again. Artorius drops the Sentry, but slightly too late. Either way, though, there's a call on 2. Clink's taking a lot of damage. It is a dead AA so far. Coil, it's there on 3. The follow-up 3-man silence. Ronnie Coleman has the coil, but he is currently silenced. Axe dropping low. Xerath dropping low. Everybody's dropping low. And now, Beast of VOC is dead. Xerath is dead. Just stolen coil, I believe, on only 1. Puck is now dead from the stolen coil. Alk trying to kill Apollo. The Omni Slash is there. PMA dropping low. Not before Apollo goes down. Omni Slash did not finish PMA. CB now fighting. Has no siphons left. Still running at Bingu, though. An Alchemist has Concoction. Looking for Ronnie Coleman. Will use it. Ronnie Coleman probably simply going to go down here. Has no telekinesis. It'll drop. I believe that was a 3 for 3 overall if you count the Notorious death.
Yeah, it was a 3 for 3. The Clinks finally got the Orchid off on this Puck, and Puck definitely felt very sad. Threw Illusionary Orb and couldn't jaunt to it.
And that entire fight, Puck was feeling sad. Puck was silenced by Orchid. Puck was leashed by her own coil. It's a sad tale to be Puck there.
He is going back for the Eul Scepter now. He should be a little bit safer now. But it was definitely huge that this Jug showed up with Omni Slash later on into the fight. I don't think he actually got a kill, but his healing warded his team to make sure they wouldn't die until the Alchemist showed up.
It didn't get a kill yet. It was on PMA. It didn't kill PMA.
Yeah. But it definitely split up the fight a little bit.
Ooh, they actually will find the Clinks there. Is that blind? No, hit a sentry there. Either way, though, with the smoke popping, they will reveal Clinks is there. Clinks will go down there to a blink call from Axe. Huge pick off there in Apollo. That's a very important situation for him to find some kind of kill in the sort of intermission between fights. Instead, only finds his own death there, so that's a very rough death.
He's been playing very aggressively and it's been working out for him, but ultimately I think the supports on the Radiant got a little bit pissed off at just dying to random Clinks every once in a while and
that's fair.
Decided, you know what, I'm
going
to just place down 80
middle lane,
sentries.
it's on Clankers, he's already half HP. Puck has the Arcane Room, leaves a 2-man coil, looking for Clankers further. Silence will be stolen by Rubik this time. Ice Blast coming in, will hit on... Okay, it did actually clip Ronnie Coleman. Ravage will be used, but literally there's nobody on that one. Blink call in from the Axe, hits onto both of them, will go down eventually, as Bingu somehow survives. He's being... Actually, Bingu doesn't be spinning away, actually. Zero Escape, though, not so lucky. Isolated by the Puck, will die. Meanwhile, they're actually diving for Bingu. There's a blink onto there with the Axe. Down goes Bingu. Meanwhile, back to the tails of Zero Escape, fighting with this Puck. Puck orbs in, has the silence in one. Zero Escape eventually will go down, right? Yeah, Zero Escape eventually goes down. That's a disastrous fight, though, for Pizza Dog.
Yeah, Puck made that fight happen. Baits the initial jump onto the Razor, then gets the follow-up ult. Plays like an absolute madman to jump onto the enemy high ground into a Jug and a Tide. unfortunately, Zeri pops the Ravage a little bit too soon, misses that puck coming out of the phase shift, and he's able to get away and not die to the jug. And then the follow-up axe call, and that fight's rough.
And 5 dudes are going to parlay this this tower tier 2 take into a shrine take. They're warding up this dire jungle quite heavily, even in kind of like weird spots to not get dewarded. You might even look for a top tier 2 at some point as well if they want to get a stranglehold around the Roshan pit area, especially since they still have this tier 1 middle lane. They're in a great spot to Roshan at some point in this game. But Pizza Dog, they are still farming. They are putting Bingu all the way down in that bottom jungle area, sitting 3 in the tri-camp. Apollo's scouting for something, but he's even being pinged up by the Radiant. They know he's there, so they have eyes on the Clinks. Should be more resistant to deaths in that sense. But they actually TP bottom lane. The call is there, will be on Bingu. Blade Mail as well, it's simply too much damage, especially with the help from this Puck. Puck still has Coil, but does not have a Blink. Apollo, there will be a Gush on Puck, silence it there on DP. Trying to do something. Coil actually was stolen, was used onto CB, now dead. BCBS East now dead. In comes PMA, he's blinked in, he's stunned Apollo, he's now dead. Now they're chasing. Xeriscape on the TP. Is there a stun? There is no stun. Actually, there will be a Yules there onto Clankers from the Puck. But, actually, the Invis did not go to Razor, but Razor's simply too fast. Ronnie Coleman, though.
Rubik actually stealing the illusionary orb.
Yeah, Ronnie Coleman's basically playing Puck right now. Using Coil in fights, using Orb in the same fights. And this Ronnie Coleman player is nutty.
This Clinks has picked up a 10-second BKB, and Razor's working on it, which they definitely need with all the magic damage coming out, but it might not fix their problems because Alec is becoming very farmed, and this Puck already has the Ag's Dream Coil, as well as Call just goes right through it, so it's going to solve them dying in these fights, but it might not solve their problems of actually winning these fights.
Alright, Xeriscape might be dead. Looking for the bounty runes was Yules by Puck. Puck has the Coil, but will not be needed. In comes PMA with the stun, with the right clicks. And Mr. 5 tied. Not tanky enough to survive those 2 core heroes. I mean, for Pizza Dog, they have the BKBs, but how to, like, what kind of fight are they looking for to really start turning this game around? Are they looking for, like, a full 5-on-5 engagement? Are they looking for pickoffs? What is, like, their game plan here?
I don't think they can really take a 5-on-5 engagement unless they blow up a hero straight away, so they either need a pickoff, or they need to initiate the fight on the Puck, or the Axe, or the Alchemist, and they need to kill them before anything gets counter-initiated with. Because if there's a counter-initiation close by, or they get initiated on, it could be, or it's shown to be a real problem.
Top tier 2 is dead, and now Radiance, they have a pretty strong stranglehold on this top area of the map. All dire tier 2 towers, top and middle, are dead, and they also have wards there. And they will smoke as 4, looking for something middle lane. They do see Clankers. Call is there. We'll bring the Ice Blast as well, so Clankers instantly eviscerated. Puck looking for more. Ronnie Coleman will actually orb away from the Coil.
Nice dodge. Steals it as well. Oh,
I'm not
no,
sure if he'll live for that,
over
though.
again.
Yeah, he will die once again. Flashy play there from Ronnie Coleman, but not enough to save his life. And now, Radiant say, we're going to go high ground. We have Exorcism, we have 5 heroes. They will buy back on Rubik, but there is no buyback on Clankers. Tower, already dead. The Fade Bolt will slow it down a little bit, but not going to stop the damage.
I think they're going to take this fight.
Actually had a spin there.
No
Ravage
chemical rage.
hits on nobody once again. And now Axe, he's tanking. Alk, he's tanking. Blink is there. Looks for Bingu. Does find Bingu. Bingu has no buyback.
Stuns himself on Alchemist.
Stun. Apollo's trying to hit him, but it's simply not enough damage. And now they're...
BKB coming out. Chemical Rage is up. They're going to go back in, though.
Yeah, for sure. And Axe's Blink call. They still have 5. This is disastrous for Pizza Dog, and they'll still try to defend. Gush is there, but the melee racks are dead. Clankers has the Link, instantly cancel Blink call on 1, looking for Xeriscape. He's going to get out-stunned. He's going to go down. Apollo's back in the fight, but the melee racks are dead. The range racks are dying. You only have 3 heroes to defend. Your static Link's even on cooldown. The Orchid is there. Chemical Rage is over, but Alk simply walking away. Puck jaunts away as well. CB might die for this, but not even going to die for that. There are no deaths there. Very clean. This is a very clean chain of engagements there for 5 dudes. They get, what, like 7 kills over 2 fights. They get the full center racks, lose nobody, and they'll go right into Roshan with it.
It was a little bit unfortunate for Pizza Dog. It was definitely the right time to take the fight. Perfect idea. Like, Chemical Rage is down. Your BKBs are up. Yeah, you don't have Razor, but Razor's whole job is to kill this Alchemist, and if Alchemist doesn't have Chemical Rage, you can definitely blow him up. Just unfortunately, really good blink dodge from CB there, and Alchemist managed to get out of the way as well. And Ravage just doesn't hit in on anyone.
And the Aegis will go to PMA. So now PMA is approaching the Swift Blink, has the Basher, the AC, the B-Fury, the SNY. This man is large. He is sizable. And he'll have the Eagle Song very, very soon for that fully finished Swift Blink. And at that point, they'll probably just try to end the game, right?
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if he does manage to pick up an Axe before this game ends, who he gives it to. Because he can still give it to this Puck, and the Puck could get refunded the whole act.
I'm guessing you give it to, like, AA, though. Actually, maybe not AA now with this, I mixed up my Aghanims upgrades.
I think it's either going to be the Puck or the DP, I'd say.
Yeah, DP makes more sense. Alright, there's a blink call onto Xeriscape. He's taking a lot of damage. Is there any kind of follow-up? Not from the Dire. There is one from the Radiant, though. Xeriscape is dead. Now, they're on the buildings. Tide has bought back, does have Ravage. Apollo is here. PMA still hitting, still has Chemical Rage, still has the Aegis. Flankers, he's BKB'd, he's in, he's stealing PMA's damage. Might pop the Aegis. Blink call is there, onto 1. Bingu, very low. Bingu, Mantis away, he's not dead yet. Ravage is there, it's on 1. Bingu's still alive. 2 Radiant Heroes actually dead. Notorious down as well. Puck jaunted in, found Bingu, but he's probably going to pay for that at some point. Coil is there, it's on 4, in comes PMA, Stun is there, he's trying to fight, but he's just not tanky enough, he's now dead, Aegis now down. Puck did escape, but now they might just kill PMA. There's the Orchid, there's the Link, is there more? They don't even need more, they're just going to hit this man, PMA now dead, and Puck didn't even escape here. Has the jump, but drops right into Clankers, they might just lose all 5 here. Puck does not have the Blink, E-Blades himself has the Orb, but... Okay, Will jaunts. Actually will escape thanks to that the Orb move speed talent, unless Apollo can find him. Apollo obviously has the Orchid. There's a jump further into the trees, and they will not find that man, it appears. So, very good escape there by the Puck, but the problem is you lose the other 4 heroes, and you don't even kill the tower top lane. You lose the Aegis, you lose the other Lifeline Alchemist, you lose your supports in your offlaner. That's a disastrous fight for 5 dudes in a very valiant hold by Pizza Dog.
Yeah, CB went in on the Jug and it was looking really good, but the amount of damage from the other 2 heroes that were near him, I believe it was the Rubik and the Tide, just brought Beast of USEs down before he killed the Jug. CB was there to try and follow it up, but then he just got melted, so then it becomes a 3v2. Your AA gets gone on, and you don't have anyone on the front line to follow that up. Your Alchemist Chemical Rage is done. So he doesn't want to fight anymore. He goes back in to try and save the Puck, who's now gone in deep to pick off this Jug, who didn't quite get finished off. Has a little bit of save your buddy syndrome. He dies, and then they're lucky Puck survived and was able to extend the fight as long as he did.
Puck had a good kill there on Bingu, but the problem is, if anything, going for that kill on Bingu got your Alchemist killed. Because PMA went in there to save Puck, but PMA lost both his life and the Aegis, which is not worth saving your Puck for. Because say Puck dies there, you can re-engage with the Aegis still for the next minute and a half. Instead now, alright, you have no Aegis, and you're going to smoke as 5, but they might have a great time. The Ravage will be up in just 10 seconds, so Pizza Dog will be fully reloaded in terms of fighting once again.
Yeah,
but Pizza Dog smoke is 5 as well.
Right.
Alright, smoke has popped. They do see Clankers. BKB is popped. Beast of UC might be looking for more. The Link is there taking Notorious's damage though. The Silence Alco, BKB Ravage is there. Will hit on 1, I believe. Axe dropping low. Alk dropping low. Tide goes down. Alk trying to fight. Jug actually stunned under that Aghanims coil. They have no follow-up there. Coil was stolen, is used onto Alk. He's fighting. Alchemist will die, actually. But he's still alive. Clankers is dead. Omnislash is there, trying to kill somebody. Will kill, finally, this axe.
Oh,
It's
man.
simply not enough damage.
The axe plus the glimmer kept PMA alive on such little health.
I was convinced he was dead there. I was so sure Alchemist was dead.
The stolen coil from Rubik just kept him in place the moment he wanted to walk away, and unfortunately at the start of the fight as well, Razor doesn't manage to link the Alchemist, he manages to link the AA instead, so Alchemist doesn't need to back out of the fight at all. Was hitting for full damage.
And now there's a stun there onto Apollo. He did buy back. Is there detection? There's a dust. Is there follow-up? There will be an E-Blade and a silence from Puck. Alk trying to fight back. Alchemist, or sorry, yeah. This man is dead now on the Clinks, and it's probably GG time. Dire are dead on all 5. They have no buybacks. They're down 2 sets of racks, and Radiant might just force Throne here. That is fantastically played game by 5 dudes. They completely changed the draft up. They even changed their style of gameplay here. And ultimately, it's what they needed. They turned what was a pretty convincing game 1 for Pizza Dog into a pretty convincing game 2 for their side. And now they have life. But Dire, they're not done yet. Coil is there onto Clankers, taking damage from PMA this time. E-Blade is there on Rubik. Rubik's still alive. Rubik will self-heals, I believe. Ice Blast will go in, will hit on only Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman will go down, but will be in exchange for Artorius. Razor hitting CB. CB will go Scepter. PMA is still fighting. He has the Alchemist stun. Will use it on Clankers, but Clankers simply too fast. Will run away quite easily. And now Radiant. Wait, Puck is still fighting. He's hitting the throne. What the hell? I was wondering, why is there a Puck here?
He's still hitting the throne.
What is he doing? What is this man doing? Yo,
I guess when you don't have any stuns, you can't die. But
I was gonna say the tools of killing the Puck, they're dead. These 3 heroes have no counterplay to Puck.
hold the bash.
That's not much counterplay. All right, in comes the Ravage. We'll hit on 3. In comes Puck. Will silence on 1. Axe misses the call. Omnislash is there. PMA dropping low, but he's E-bladed by the Puck. Zeroscape already dead. These other Dire heroes, they're trying to fight, but they cannot kill PMA. He's simply too tanky. Coil is there on 2. There's a call on 1. Down goes Bingu. Down goes Clankers. Apollo has respawned, trying to kill CB, but CB is still alive. PMA, he's on the throne. Apollo trying to fight. He's DKB, but they're hitting the Ancient. It's taking too much damage. Apollo dropping low. He gets Calling Blade. They're buying back on everybody practically, but there's just not enough to fight. PMA, he's running out of damage, but he doesn't need damage. They kill the throne anyways. And 5 dudes, they have evened the series at 1-1. We will be going to game 3.
I want to know what the mental state of Pizza Dog is. You win game 1 pretty handily, and then you get alked. This just gotta feel bad.
Look at the status for Ancient Apparition's ultimate ability, Ice Blast. That's what it is. They're shattered. It's absolutely shattered. I mean, you have to be sad after that one.
Yeah, you ban the Alk game 1. In game 2, they pick DPAA, and they don't ban the Alk. I think they thought the AA was to protect the DP, but they ended up just sticking the DP on support and picking the Alchemist. And at that point, one of the hardest counters is out of the game. Then you have a bit of an issue. You pick this Razor and he tries to shut down the Alchemist game, but in the process ends up having a rough game himself.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Maybe if someone that really engaged in someone differently, Razor would have had more momentum, but the problem is he just didn't have anything. Razor just didn't have a game.
I think the unfortunate part there was they have second pick, so both teams just open up in their support duos. But Tide can't outtrade a DP, and Rubik AA is kind of even trading wise, depending on if Fade Bolt's up or not. So you don't really win the initial first 2 picks.
We need to update Dota again.
Oh my god.
Hopefully Valve fix Dota this time.
But then with the second round, they picked their carry at 15, and so then in order to not show their off lane, they pick their carry on the Radiant, and then they pick their offlaner. I don't know what I'm saying. But anyway, so in other words, they get a side lane advantage with the axe into Jug, and Jug does not have a very fun game. And while Alchemist also gets counterpicked with the Razor, obviously he has a built-in comeback method as compared to the Jug.
I think I'm not sure how they're exactly going to solve the issues, but they definitely need to secure Bingu's game more, because Game 1 Bingu had a great game, Game 2 Bingu had an awful game, so he needs to simply secure his lane in the draft, as you mentioned, and hopefully they can get him off to a better start there.
Yeah, I think the problem is while they had last pick, there wasn't a hero left in the pool to solve all of their problems. So they picked Clinks, which solves some of their problems, but it wasn't like the ultimate, aha, I got you pick that second pick kind of needs to be.
Just to be correct, Pizza Dog is twice for Game 3, right?
Yes.
Alright. So they will have second pick, which means once again the 5 dudes play on Radiant, so that'll be fun. So we'll see same side 3 times in a row. We'll see once again 5 dudes on the Radiance, Pizza Dog on the Dire. Not sure if they fixed the drafts yet. Hopefully they fix drafting. That'd be nice. So no guarantees of these things though. Sometimes Valve just doesn't fix their video game.
Mm-hmm.
I have very little faith in them to fix their video game sometimes, but it's okay. Yeah, they're not even going to attempt it. They're not even going to attempt it.
Did you know that Jerax is back in Dota?
No, he's not like... I saw the post on Reddit. He's not like back to Dota though. He's back to like streaming.
Yeah, he's not playing competitively, which understandable. That's a lot of Dota to be playing, and if you don't love the game as much as you used to, then that is very rough.
I'm happy to see Jarek's back, though, even though he's not playing competitively. It's good to see him back. I mean, this is a man who's been around Dota for at least 7 years. The first time I heard of Jarek was back in 2014 when he was, like, literally the #1 MMR player in Europe. And you could say, oh, Earth Spirit spam, which is true. He did play the most broken hero in Dota history, being, like, 2014 era stun on the pole Earth Spirit when nobody else would play out of a sense of manliness and a sense of honor. But still,
he was damn good at it.
I was gonna say he would just like back in the day when the tri lanes were extremely dominant. He would literally fight these lanes 1v3. Both his hero was so broken and he was so good at the hero that he would kill people in the 1v3 tri lane. It was crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's like what modern day
Oh.
hero spammers are. It's just to the point where you're just so good it doesn't matter what counters they pick.
I remember they actually had the most... the way they counterpicked Jerax Earth Spirit is players, notably Pycat and No Tail, which is funny because obviously future teammate of both of those guys. They would pick Earth Spirit in the draft phase and they'd purposely get rid of it with a goal penalty. Just so nobody could play Earth Spirit.
Well, the draft has started.
Yeah, just join the party. Let me get... Oh, it is already started. I need to put that on here, right? Whoops. Text. Chrome. There we go. We did it.
Right. This time, it's actually... what you call it? Pizza Dog that decided to ban out the DP. And instead of having their Spirit Breaker banned in the second phase, they open up with it. And instead of banning the Sand King by Pizza Dog, they pick it themselves. Which is an interesting hero to first pick. Because I know of multiple heroes that make that hero's game not fun. That is one of them.
Okay, that's going to be fun. We got Spirit Breaker, Sand King, AA, Oracle. A little surprised they're going to have the Oracle, given there's an AA on the field, but apparently they don't care enough about the field. They just want to have the save there. They're saying, we don't care if it's partially mitigated by the Ice Blast. We just want the saves of Oracle. Obviously, Oracle has 3 different saves, so...
Well, the problem is Oracle counters all of AA's kit, but AA's ult counters Oracle's ult.
So they say, you know what? We don't care if your ulti counters our ulti, or everything else counters your everything else. We're just good with it.
Mm-hmm.
Am I allowed to put in match notifications Game 3 live now?
Sure. I mean, it's not like you're pinging at everyone.
That's true. I need some more water. I'll be right back. I'm sure you have draft to talk about. I'll be right back.
No, I'm not going to talk about the draft. I'm just going to chirp you.
Go chirp me then. Just keep the dead air dead, sir. Thank you. I'll be right back.
Keep it dead? Okay, I won't say anything.
Oh.
But they ban out the Ronnie Coleman Rubik. Obviously scared of it from last game, despite them not winning. He did have a very good performance. They do ban out the Beast of US East Axe, though. He also had a very good performance on that hero, getting some vital calls off and some counter initiations. This time, the Dire opting to ban out the Bloodseeker, despite being the only ones who have played it this series. And they go for the Pause 4 Tusk with their Sand King. I'm going to say it now, and I might get some hate for this, but it is looking like a good anti-mage game for the Radiant. Now, if Clankers knows what he's doing on Sand King in this matchup, the anti-mage should not win lane. There should be a draw. However, if he does not know what he's doing, it's one of the worst matchups ever, and it doesn't matter because he picked Wraith King. So, obviously, this is a good matchup with the Wraith King and with the AA. You have a stun plus cold feet. On the flip side, Sand King is one of the heroes that can clear out Wraith King's skeletons, but Wraith King has a relatively decent time in lane versus Sand King. As long as you don't get outplayed by Caustic Finale, as we know a lot of people seem to do. Storm Spirit picked up at 17, surprisingly, so they want to last pick their carry. They don't want Beast of US East getting another counter pick on their carry and destroying Bingu's game, which did happen game 2. Game 1 did not happen. They 7-picked their Mars. So it appears that's what they believe has destroyed their game. However, they pick up a Enigma, which the only hero capable of canceling a black hole
is Tusk.
BKB black hole is Tusk, and that's
which is not ideal because they have to approach the Enigma, which means you might not have a great approach angle there because it's you can't just blink in the middle of the black hole. Cancel it, you're gonna get into the black hole. So
yeah, and if he has the shard, if you blink just outside of the range, it's gonna pull you in probably before you can punch him anyways. So
this is at this point, it's not as ban out mids that have BQ piercing anything. Obviously, the Puck ban makes sense. Puck coil ags makes sense, but
I was banned out by Zeri's team because they have the Storm Spirit mid, so
Oh, okay.
they don't want to go against the Puck again.
That's probably true. Actually,
However,
they need a carry to cancel it.
Yeah,
Carries don't cancel that, do they?
and to lane into it.
Oh god, what hero do you possibly pick, actually? What the hell? This is a devious Enigma pick. They were... Wow.
Well, see, the Dire thought they got the Radiant, and they're like, you can't pick a Beast of USC's counter to our carry pick because we're going to save our carry pick to 24. And then they just pull out this Enigma, and it's like, oh.
It counters every carry.
We have nothing to cancel the Black Hole. So I'll be interested to see what they decide to pick up here.
At this point, do you philosophically just try to, like, fit a meta carry into whatever you can at this point, or do you pick off meta specifically to counter the Enigma?
Well, what I would have picked here, despite the AA, is pick Alchemist, but it's banned because Alchemist can just live through Black Hole. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because there is the AA, so never mind. I'm dumb. You kind of need like a carry with high reach, and you're just gonna live through it. But again, there's the AA, so then you need something to cancel.
Does that carry exist?
Yeah, like I honestly am stumped. Like I'm glad I'm not in Zeri's Gabe's shoes right now because what do you pick on carry that can deal with an Enigma?
Okay,
and
the problem is like every hero that can deal with the Enigma in the later game, that's not banned, is bad against Enigma in the lane. A hero like Faceless Void is not in the meta right now. But it could do well against these heroes later in the game. Problem is, that land to Enigma sounds terrible.
And once Wraith King has a BKB, you have nothing to deal with that either. So you need a hero to be able to deal with that as well.
A hero like Gyro or Luna can deal with the Enigma in lane, but the problem is Gyro and Luna don't match up well here into the Radiant heroes.
Yeah, like you can't pick something like you can't pick anything ranged because there's a Spirit Breaker. You can't pick anything tanky with a bunch of regen because there's an AA. You can't pick anything that's going to cancel Enigma ulti because anything that's going to cancel Enigma ulti is probably squishy. And
you're still not. Go join the lobby, Artorius. Let have a chance.
Oh, shouldn't do that.
You should really do that before it's too late.
Like, I honestly don't know what you pick here. Like, Arc Warden and just sit in base and only use your clone. I don't know. Like.
What about...
What do you pick?
I was going to say, what about Vengeful Spirit, but that's not going to work. There's no way that's going to work.
I feel like
I think 5 dudes execute
your
so well. Yeah.
That was a really good, like, trap. Like, there's not a lot that you can really pick. Like, maybe you pick Dusa? I don't know.
That could work, but that's... How good is the Dusa lane there into Enigma SB? Feels like a rough lane.
I don't think it's going to be fun. Okay, so they go for the Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger's good in lane against Storm Spirit. Relatively. Well, it's okay. I think
you can still itemize specifically for the Storm in the later game as well. Buy Blink, buy Orchid or Hex.
Yeah, you can buy Blink, Orchid, Hex, Gleipnir is even okay.
See, Gleipnir might be the item here for winner this game.
A lot of options. Okay, so they go for the PL.
Good luck. It's a hard PL game.
I figured they might go for that on one hand, but on the other hand, I'm like, no, you don't go that. It's not that good in the Wraith King anymore. He just picks up a Radiance.
And it's a hard game to play PL. Like, right? So Enigma could just black hole the PL. If Winnar gets Focus Fire in the real PL, it's like, it sticks on it even after the illusions. Wraith King buys Radiance, can buy Mjolnir later, buys the Aghanim Shard to avoid the mana burn on the Diffusal Blade. This is a hard game to play PL.
The Spirit Breaker's fucking good because he just jumps in. You eventually get... Well, I guess it's a 25 talent, but AA gets AoE Cold Feet, which you can purge with your W, but that's not what you want to be purging with your W in this game. It's also not a very good Oracle combo. They don't really have a carry that's good with Oracle.
Just wanted to give a shout out to Zeri's Game for actually properly tagging the game wins in game. Cough, cough, M. Esquire, cough, cough, every captain and lads.
Alright.
Notorious
think-
and Zero Tape are usually good about it, though.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I think Radiant might just win this game. I really don't see how the Dire is supposed to pull this off.
I mean, neither do I, but you never know sometimes. Dota,
Right.
anybody can win on a given Dota game, you know? So,
Yeah, anyone can win, but it just seems really hard. Like, if the game goes even, it just seems like there's nothing that they can actually do. Like, I guess if they manage to pick off the Enigma, like, the Enigma does have to play careful. I'll give them that. There's a Tusk, Sand King, and Storm Spirit that can all jump them.
we have our answer for no
All right.
Medusa. Apparently, it would be Agrief.
But
Either way,
Sarah's
though-
not the one playing it, though.
Apparently, there's, I don't know. Either way, though, here we go. It is the deciding Game 3 of Pizza Dog versus 5 Average Dudes. Winner goes on, makes top 6, plays the loser of Toxic Tacos versus Step Bro I'm Stuck. Loser goes home, and their tournament lives are over. I'm Badger, I'm with Artorius, and we are excited for Game 3. I don't care if you're not excited, we're excited. I'm hyped.
I am hyped. This is a very interesting series now. You have game 1 pretty cleanly taken after the laning phase by Pizza Dog. And you have game 2, 500 dudes pretty cleanly take that game shortly after the laning phase as well.
Oh, that's a good D word from Windrunner. Taking a page out of Serious Games book. Just
He
getting the
needs
D
to be
word.
careful though.
They
He'll have to save his win run
yeah,
here.
they have tag team. They've got Burrow. Will win run, and he will barely get away. But also means he had the skill level 1 win run into a storm lane, and he is now low on regen. So might not have been a worthwhile D word for him.
Well, he gets salved by Notorious.
Notorious
is one of those supports. Artorius is one of those supports who you'll look at 50 minutes into the game, and he'll have like Tranquil Boots wand.
I use the salve. I use the salve on my Windrunner.
He'll just be selfless. He buys all the wards. If you look at 5 minutes into the game, there won't be any smokes in stock. He'll bought them all. He'll buy like all the sentries. There won't ever be a sentry in stock. If there's a sentry in stock, he's like, why is there sentry in stock? I'm playing incorrectly, and he'll buy it. He was like the best position 6 you have ever seen.
PMA taking a lot of damage bottom lane, but he will not die. Unfortunately, Notorious already used his salve. Oh, he's another salve!
No, he has another one!
I love you go on this long elaboration on a Notorious like Ultimate 6. He's got the salve for his mid laner. He's got the salve for his safe laner.
He's caught it all. You cannot
it's just
outplay
been
this
proven.
man.
It's literally been proven instantaneously. Yeah, they're stopping PMA. PMA's fine. This is too good. They have Bingu playing mid this game, huh?
Oh.
They have
I didn't know.
Apollo playing the PL, they have Bingu playing Storm. Bottom lane though, tag team was used. Notorious taking a lot of damage, only 2 more hits, and they will get it eventually. So first blood will go to Ronnie Coleman on that Tusk. Top lane, however, Spear is there. They're putting in the root with the Fortunes, and they are looking for the Beast of the US East. Charge through from CB, will stun Apollo, but he does have a Spear, will not use it, however, is out of range of the Enigma.
I always forget that Charge of Darkness charging through someone uses Greater Bash. So he charged through Oracle, and Oracle doesn't get stunned because he doesn't have Bash yet.
One day he'll hit level 2, and he can then use Bash on things. They are trying to force this Enigma out so hard right now.
Oracle doing a very good job of getting rid of those demonic conversions.
Still good snowball bottom lane, keeping Clankers alive, but he is still taking a lot of damage. Tag team was even using Ronnie Coleman just to keep his Clankers alive as much as possible.
The problem is there was... Oh, that's not good.
See,
Oh,
Clankers
he
might be dead there, yeah. He burrows, he's stunned.
Oh,
Is there
might
Chilling Touch?
burrow.
There is. It'll be a kill
Oh.
to Notorious.
Yeah, that's rough. He saw it too. He looked at that lane. He's like, holy crap, there's like 8 creeps and I have no health. I really want to farm those. And he walks up and gets punished for it.
Perhaps he could have waited a wee bit longer, but alas. Got a bit impatient, got a bit greedy, paid for his sins. Still to 2 for sometimes though. Either way, though, looking at the lanes, Windrunner and Storm drawing about even. Aussie Storm can see. But actually, bottom lane, Ronnie Coleman is dead. Will be a trade for Artorius. There's an Ironwood branch on the ground for a little bit. It was claimed by PMA.
That's one of those scenarios where both supports are so
top lane charge is there on Apollo. He's dropping a little bit. Xeriscape already dead. He needs a spear, has mana in 2 seconds, but he will doppel instead, so now he lacks the mana for a spear. Yeah, maybe I just won't ever check on middle lane. Every time I try to like explain how mid lane's going, it's like, oh, kill attempt top lane, kill attempt bottom lane. You know, middle lane, we're ignoring it. It's a no-go zone. You can see the CS charts.
And that bottom lane engagement, though, where Tuscan aid, it's one of those scenarios, again, where your support, you're like, yeah, I got a little bit of health left, I got a little bit of mana, you know what, I want to go to base, I'm not going to walk there, let's just fight. And you just force your core into fighting, and they're like, I don't want to do this, I just want to hit creeps. And you're like, no, we're fighting, and I am dying, deal with it.
Oh, good that I
Ronnie
from the room.
Yeah, Ronnie Coleman secures the lane, but, well, secures the rune, but
it's a good stall all there, dodging the Cold Feet stun, but he's not killing Notorious, despite his best efforts. Cold Feet once again there from Notorious. Ronnie Coleman will not get Cold Feeted. CB is actually... Okay, Notorious will actually try to deny the neutrals, will not get the successful deny. He even tried to bring the Windrunner and the Spear Breaker over. Power Shot was missed, charge was cancelled, so... Ronnie Coleman on a real space creation mission right now, and dare I say, it's successful.
Top lane, however, this PL is actually doing really well in lane. Typically, Enigmas just dumpster their lane, but this Oracle Q is actually doing a lot to get rid of these demonic conversions.
My question is, how many of these last hits are idle on last hits? How many are creep last hits? He's at 22 right now, but his net worth is... Okay, probably a lot of it was lane creeps. He's number 2 in net worth right now, so he's doing pretty well.
Oh, PMA going down bottom.
PMA dead bottom. Artorius looking for a counter kill. CB did charges in that first TP. There's a snowball from Ronnie Coleman trying to keep him alive. He needs a bash. There's a burrow there. Will stun up CB. Power shot will barely be short. And everybody will survive. Is there a shielding touch? There will be. Oh, he will survive on clankers. It's disastrous from Radiant. Power shot will miss as well. In top lane, BCBOCs will survive, but that is absolutely disastrous for 5 dudes. They lose PMA and they bring in everybody but the Enigma, and yet the Sand King is not dead.
Yeah, they're losing mid lane too. There's almost a whole level advantage for the Storm Spirit.
That's partially due to these 2 rotations that Windrunner attempted. Attempted one to kill Ronnie Coleman in the jungle, failed on that one. Attempted one bottom to kill Clankers, failed on that one, and Bingu took that space because they were very even mid at about minute 3, minute 4, and now Bingu had a huge advantage.
Storm Spirit's actually rotating on this Enigma here, but he might just get charged through from the Spear Breaker.
Either way, Bingu is under tower. Apollo is there. There is a spear if they want to use it. BCB's East is low on mana. Apollo is in with the Doppel. Down goes the Enigma now. They're trading with CB. CB dropping low. CB might go down, but meanwhile, bottom lane is a burrow onto the Notorious. Notorious is going to go down, but the dive still continues top lane. They're looking for CB. Bingu's low on mana, so there will be no CB. He goes in further, has the spear, has the hits, and down goes CB. So across the map, 3 kills for Pizza Dog. Apollo now is farming under this tier 2 tower, practically. The Windrunner has rotated where Focus Fire is there, and PL may finally pay for his sins. There's a Doppel, but there's no escaping this one. Xeriscape is there, but there's only so much you can do to stop this, especially with the Beast of the US East rotating over. Shackle will miss. In comes Bingu, he found some mana. Black Hole actually is used on Bingu. They need to kill him. The charge is there on Xeriscape. Bingu on the run. They need Power Shot. Will it hit? And it will hit. Double kill for the Windrunner. And it wasn't neutral deny for Xeriscape, but for Radiant, you're happy getting those 2 very important core kills on your mid laner.
Yeah, that was desperately needed. They're losing that laning stage pretty hard. Bringing down those 2 cores like that on top of even getting the extra Oracle kill is huge for them. And Necrobook level 1 coming out for BS of US East now.
Necrobook.
Yikes.
Speaking of things Dota players don't like, Necrobook. Either way though, Bingu is still top lane. However, CB is there, charge is there, but it will not save Mr. Beast of US East. That is actually the second death for Enigma. And these rotations from Bingu have been doing a lot to even further help his PL in the lane. So now PL is recovering a lot against Enigma. And notably, Enigma is not doing well in terms of CS at all. Only has 22 lasts as compared to, well, the everything from the other cores. Look at Clankers has 65. Obviously, that's inflated by skeletons, but still. With the illusion did what now?
He does have a full veil. The illusion almost killed the Necrobuck on Nicholas Courier.
Jesus. Alright, Xeriscape's on the rotation. We'll not have to walk into that high ground now. Knows, you know what, this high ground might be dangerous. Let's not walk in there. We're seeing Ronnie Coleman get his 6th middle lane now that Bingu's been both rotating top lane and farming up these jungle camps, so... means that the Tome can just simply go to Xeriscape, so they'll have a lot of levels on their supports this game. Clankers is dusted, but... Alright, there's a stun, there's a cold feet, there's a chilling touch. Clankers actually has no mana for burrow, so he will get cold feet stunned, but... there appears nothing to follow up. The power shot actually was missed by the Windrunner.
Half of his health, well.
Actually, okay, it missed on the Sand King, I should say. CB, though, finally has arrived. We'll get Fortune's ended by... okay, Fortune will be on Clankers instead. Power Shot will hit on both. Neither are dead, though, and... Hasted Windrunner trying to force stuff, but was not successful on that forcing of activities.
It appears they want to secure PMA's game as much as possible. He's been having a pretty good series, and it appears they want to keep it that way.
I think PMA thought about the Midas there, but opted not to, because I'm not seeing the recipe in his quick buy anymore, so maybe he's going like Gloves of Haste into the Radiance.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of these Wraith Kings. They'll either pick up a... Oh, he's actually blocked.
Actually, there's lots of huge shards there. Wolfen's is there as well. Windrun is over. Has 2 kills for Dire in the middle lane. They might look for CB, but... they're very content with those 2 kills there. That's a very good charge from Ronnie Coleman. That's one of those Dota is a game of inches moments right there. That was like pixel perfect. Anyway, though, Clankers actually is stunned under tower, but Clankers will not die. He will simply survive here. Overall, though,
I've been seeing these Wraith Kings pick up Gloves of Haste, regardless of whether they're getting a Midas or not. Just because it's such a good farming item.
Pizza Dog are up by 5k net worth already. That is a massive lead. And bottom lane, they're going to kill PMA as well. Or at least they'll pop the Reincarnate. They have a Burrow in 3, but they will actually cancel the charge from CB. So CB now in the 1. Shards kind of going to hit him, but... it'll be a dive if they want to go for more. They have no Epi, but they have a Veil level 4 Burrow for Clankers, so there might be a dive here.
They have no detection on the Radiant, so they definitely do not want to fight this. Yeah, they're just going to give it up.
Yeah, tower is dead. And now for Pizza Dog, who are in a pretty good spot this game, will extend their lead thanks to this tower kill. We'll try to choke off PMA's farm, presumably, by heading into this jungle. Getting some wards up, possibly just disrupting this Wraith King as he's trying to farm his Radiance, but he is like 2,500 away. He's still more than that, actually. He's still a good bit away from that Radiance. Here's a charge on Bingu. Bingu has the Haste Stream, little Orchid Windrunner, but there is a handy Spear Breaker. Nair Strike is there, Cold Feet is there, will it pop? Haste Stream makes it not pop. Apollo on the rotation, Power Shot will miss, was dodged. Fortune's End is there on the Windrunner. CB is being chased down by a PL Storm. He's focus fired. He heads back out again. And focus... okay, the Power Shot will hit on Xeriscape, but... Zeri was full HP, so he'll be fine.
You may need to be careful here. There's 2 heroes. Oh, never mind. They don't want to go for it. His Reincarnation is still on cooldown. He's just farming up the high ground.
He knows Bingu's pretty low on mana, so that's kind of a hard jump there, even though he has the Orchid. Yeah, Artorius off to a relatively rough start with this game. He's 1-5 right now. A lot of deaths. He has as many deaths as he does last hits. which is never a great sign. Either way, though, Dire, they are trying to farm more of this map. They're farming as much as their own jungle as they can. They are farming into this Dire jungle as well. They have this nice little line being held where they're farming a lot more of the map than the Radiant are. In PMA, doing his best farming in the Tri-Camp area, but there's only so much map to farm. Middle lane, though, might be the target for Dire. They are grouped around this middle tower with 4 players. They have smoked on 3, but they don't have a blink on Sand King yet. Okay, they don't have a blink on Sand King, actually, so they're huge. Might be a blink play here, but Radiant are at this Tri-Camp area playing on the high ground. They are wary of any potential jumps. Dire, though, are aware of where the Windrunner is on this ward. They might go for a jump, but it's a hard jump. That's a very deep jump. Now it's probably their chance, though. Alright, there's a charge.
Might just black hole him.
Okay, Black Hole is there, will be used on Bingu, so Bingu is dead. Charge is doing Zeri's Mirror Strike is there. And now, they're trying to kill Zeri. They missed the Shekel Shot, but it will not be needed. She False Promise might keep him alive there with that urn. In comes Clankers, Blink, and the Epi, only on CB. CB will die to Zeri Escape. Zeri Escape actually will survive thanks to that False Promise heal, so it is a 1-for-1. A Spirit Breaker and a Tower for a Storm. Overall, though, they got the Storm, but it was at a pretty significant cost. They did lose their Tower and their Black Hole cooldown. And they might even lose more here in the jungle. Apollo's going in, looking for Windrunner. Fortune's End will root him up. Clankers has the burrow on the Beast of the East as well. They will try to go for this Enigma under the tower. PL is diving. Is there more? There's a Spear. Shackle will delay it, but will not save him. With Fire Blast is there. PL goes up to the cliff. Meanwhile, CB, he's fighting free. CB goes down. PL will easily escape there. He's not even being chased onto the high ground. So 2 more kills for the Dire there.
Yeah, they're looking to be hyper-aggressive. This is a bit of a power spike for them. They have Diffusal Blade, they have Orchid, they have Blink Dagger and Veil. There's not a lot that Radiant have to stop this, especially with Black Hole down. So they want to put as much map pressure down as they can, delay this Radiant's timing from the Wraith King as much as possible.
It's one of those things, too, where I think Pizza Dog recognized the flaws in their team that we did, because we were asking how do they deal with this game. But the thing is, if you don't let the game go to the late game, then how can these heroes get online? We're seeing CB's going to get solo killed here by Bingu thanks to the Orchid combo. And if all these heroes can just never get online and your heroes are online for basically minute 10, then that's your game plan. Just win the game before the heroes are online. Right now, PMA is not even close to online.
Well, the problem is they're all 1 item away from being online. So they have this window. It's probably going to be about a 7 to 10 minute window.
That was charming, Bruce.
PMA showing under a ward though. This is definitely going to slow the game down. He's 100% dead here.
He's got the Reincarnate, but I don't think his teammates can save him. If he can somehow escape here, it'd be a miracle, but he is going to get eventually stunned by the Storm Spirit. Yeah, Reincarnate won't even be needed because he has no mana. It is a kill on Wraith King. That's a very important one. Will delay the Radiance timing even further. He just finished the Relic, so yeah. And PMA was vigorously drawing on the map there. Not sure what he was drawing, but apparently he's drawing where the Dire are, so apparently they're not in the Radiant jungle. Something that all teams involved now know.
He's either pissed about warding, or he's saying they're all here, go farm. Like, this Enigma needs Blink, and this Windrunner needs or BKB, and they're online. So that's definitely what they're waiting for, and the Radiance and a second item, either a Blink or BKB from this Wraith King, is what they need in order to
Where's
start coming
CB
online.
charging? The answer is PL, but there's a Doppelganger. In comes Bingu looking for Windrunner. Airstrike is there on PL. Is there a follow-up? Oh, the Wraith Fire Blast completely missing. I should say hitting an illusion, but missing the real PL. And now
They need to be careful.
in
The
comes
rest of
Clankers.
the
Blink on 2 with the Burrow, with the Epi. Down goes CB. Down goes PMA. Reincarnate is last will hit on 2. Shackle will actually lash to illusion. There comes the Black Hole. It's on 2, but it's cancelled by Ronnie Coleman. Down goes Clankers. Walrus Punch is there. Winner dropping low. Artorius is dead. False Promise is there on Bingu. He should survive. Now they're looking for PMA. He has the Reincarnate. He's going to go down to Solar Ronnie Coleman. And now it's 2 heroes for Radiant. They're on the retreat. Dire might chase with a PL, but engagement's probably over at this point. Unless Winner has something crazy. I barely missed a power shot. And the fight is over. Once again, pretty good fight for Pizza Dog. They fought into the black hole. Black hole was on too, but Ronnie Coleman canceled this. We mentioned
a really good snowball timing.
We mentioned in the draft how does Enables Black Hole not get finished once BKB is online, but what if he doesn't have BKB for like another 12 minutes? Then what? That's plenty of time.
PL actually running at this Wraith King again. Does not find him.
It would have been a nice catch there, but like Ships in the Nights, Wraith King escaping his certain doom. Next time, Vision.
Although they see this Oracle. He's under a ward. In fact, the ward is under a sentry and they haven't seemed to found it. Blah blah blah. Can't find it yet.
The ward is escaping death. In comes Clankers though, looking for PMA. Reincarnate still on cooldown, but so is Epi. Shackle is there. In comes Bingu. Long zip won't even hit, won't even be needed. Down goes PMA. Is there a counter? The answer appears to be no. Artorius just destroyed there by Mr. Ronnie Coleman. Power shot's gonna hit on 4, but it's only a power shot.
And Dire just playing in the Radiant Triangle here, and the Radiant just seems to keep banging their heads into there, saying, this is where I want to farm, instead of just changing that up.
Problem is for PMA, oh, there's a charge middle lane, looking for Clankers. Nair Strike is there, that Focus Fire, is there enough damage? The answer is yes. They will find the Sand King. However, the Ronnie Coleman now looking for CB, but there is a Malphus stun. Snowball is there, has Walrus Punch in 2 seconds, has that blink as well, but Xeriscape says, you know what? You're not allowed. I'm going to disarm you. I'm going to heal you.
He's out of mana on Storm.
Yeah, he's been very ambitious on these zips, actually. We'll miss this time. We'll miss this the last time as well, but apparently this man's feeling himself, and they want to go in again despite low mana on Storm. Where are they headed?
Wraith King's playing top again, and they're running back top.
Running his head at the wall. The wall is arriving. Artorius is dead, and perhaps PMA now seeing the wall. Actually, he has no TP. He's probably dead. Bingu is there on CB, looking for the kill there, but he is shackled, is stunned, but down goes CB. False Promise is there in case Bingu is at any risk of dying. But that was space creation, did allow PMA to escape, but the Beast of US East not so lucky. Didn't even catch that kill there, but the combination of Xeriscape's Fortune's End on the PL meant there is no survivability there. And Apollo's actually under the tower. Wraith Fire Blast will even hit an illusion. This PL is just such a huge problem right now.
Yeah, that's gotta not feel good. You see the PL show up, and you're the Wraith King, and you're at level 12, and he's 17.
And we were unsure of how effective the PL is going to be this game, but we have an answer. The answer is very.
Yeah, you got a very big lead there.
Okay, there's a charge on the Xeriscape, and at long last, somebody should die. Actually, that was a very good Fortune's End, but with the Nair Strike, he is not long for life. Ice Blast even there. Ronnie Coleman's trying to save him, but yeah, the power shot is there. Down goes Xeriscape. But you know what? It's only your 5. Your cores are farming literally everywhere in the map right now. I mean, top lane, bottom lane, tri-camp, all as well. In comes Clankers middle lane, but there's actually a Necro book. We'll spot out Clankers. In comes charge from CB. Shackle actually will hit on both heroes. There's a black hole. Hits on 2. Down goes Clankers. Down goes Ronnie Coleman. So, not the flashiest black hole in the world, but certainly an effective one. Both heroes are dead, and they will get a tier 1 tower as well, so 5 dudes, they have life still. They're not giving up. They're saying, we'll kill whatever we can. Even if it's 3 heroes in a tower, we'll do it.
It's what they need. They need to start catching up. Their Enigma and their Wind Ranger are relatively decently farmed, but this Wraith King is just now picking up this Radiance. For 5 average dudes, hopefully he can pick up his farming pace now. But Pizza Dog are doing a very good job of choking the Radiant out of the map. They have a 15k net worth lead, and as soon as they're up, I wouldn't doubt if they smoke up and try and get some more map control again.
Speaking of
and
comeback
retake
farm,
that lead.
guess where PMA is?
And
the Tiger
unfortunately,
period
that's
of where he
also
is.
Where the Sand King is playing.
Alright, he's TP'd away this time. He will not get caught out. And now he's headed bottom lane, knowing that Dyer's up there already, so... PMA will try to fire at the Radiant as much as he can. Speaking of important items, Radiant are working on their BKB timings. Windrunner and Enigma not too far from theirs. There'll be a few more minutes though until it's fully online.
However, the PL just finished the heart.
That's a large item.
Yeah, Radiance isn't going to do so much when you have 4k HP. Well, 3k, but...
I'm actually a little bit surprised he opted for the S and Y here rather than the Manta, but it's certainly an effective item regardless. Doesn't give the disjoint and the dispel, but it does give the status resistance that the Manta would not give.
Although I guess on one hand, the heart is an interesting pickup because it does give him 83 health regen, but there is an AA.
Alright, Radiant, they are on the way. They are smoked as 5, but... Actually as 4, but they're completely dodging.
Yeah, I think they know they can't take that fight.
They appear to be content. Well, not content, but accepting of reality.
Wraith King does now have his shard. So, PL killing him once and him staying dead does not look like it will be a reality.
Ice Blast is there, we'll scout it, but... You're scouting a corpse at that point. Rashawn is dead. Aegis will go to Apollo. And now at this point, Dire, they will once again play in the track camp, will once again grab the bounty runes. Appears to be all 4 to their side in due time.
BKB is finished on this Wind Ranger and she's now working on Gleipnir. If or when she, well when or if she completes it, it will be very huge.
Yeah, at this point, they're just looking for key items. I mean, BKB finishes Windrunner, PMA needs the Blink, he's not far from it. Enigma needs the BKB, needs what, like 1600, 1700 give or take, so that's going to be a little bit longer though. Sorcerer does have the Bloodstone though, so that's nice. You know, top lane, Clanker's just chilling, killing creeps, killing Eidolons, killing Necro units. And now Apollo's on the high ground. Just bringing them in at PMA. PMA does not have the shard actually, so PMA simply dead. Actually, he didn't get all the mana in time. PMA is back. Lost Punch is there. Down goes.
That was a huge charge.
On 3, but they're still simply dying. The buyback from the Enigma has the black hole. Needs to use it now. Will only hit Clankers. Clankers will die for it though. Meanwhile, Apollo is literally close to the fountain. Killed Artorius over there. He's looking for more, and he's actually super isolated. His teammates are on the retreat. Ronnie Coleman has been charged.
Still going.
It doesn't matter. Bingu is back. They will find CB. They're bringing him in with that. But now it's Apollo on the high ground. He's fighting alone into 2. He's diving these tier 4s. Has the Aegis, has some mana, even though it was somewhat also drained by the Necro Book. If he dives here on the Enigma, it is a dieback. In comes Bingu. Enigma barely alive. Thanks to the mini stun from the Shackle. And now they're content after their very long dive. They're back to the high ground. Shackle actually will hit on to
huge Shackle.
Okay, there's a good false promise there from Xeriscape. We'll keep him alive. Apollo is diving tier 4s with the Aegis, looking for Notorious. Notorious is going to go down here. PMA, though, what did trade for Ronnie Coleman, so now it's simply Apollo on this
Apollo
dive.
dead at least once.
However, there is no Focus Fire anymore for the Windrunner. It is expiring, so now it's Apollo on the retreat. BCBOCs has the Malphus. Apollo still alive. Xeriscape trying to keep him alive. Is healing him up. PMA trying for it. The Doppel is there. PMA now might just turn to Xeriscape. It defuses something. Okay, here comes Flankers. 2-man burrow is there. In comes Bingu once again. Down goes PMA once again. They're looking for a Windrunner. Ice Blast will hit on 3, I believe, but it will not change the outcome of that engagement. And now they're once again onto the high ground. Apollo still has the Aegis somehow. G3
Apparently I was wrong.
still alive somehow.
Still couldn't kill him.
Need to kill this man twice somehow. They bought back on the Windrunner. CB charted into the Xeriscape. There's a Burrow, there's a Bingu. They will save their Xeriscape, and CB will die. However, they will
Apollo
actually kill the Aegis. But they need to do it again. Down goes AA. BKB popped by Windrunner. BCB's East once again back. Midnight Pulse is hitting 3, but they're simply not doing enough damage to kill anybody. They're once
Still
again...
40 seconds on Black Hole.
Bingu is thinking about diving, but they're once again back to the Rex. Melee is 2/3 HP, down to half HP. They want to get more power shot, trying to clear some creeps out, but it's not enough to get the back door back up just yet. PMA stuns the real PL, but he's been burrowed. He's being focused. He's going to get brought down, but it's not. He has enough mana before the reincarnates. He's now back. He's now fighting. But the Rax, they're now dead. Where's the charge? It'll be on Xeriscape once again, but he will cancel that, knowing better. Actually, a huge shackle onto Bingu, but he's saved by Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman making sure Bingu can zip away. Nair Strike is there on Paul. They need to kill this man. Focus Fire is there. Walrus Punch on CB. In comes Bingu. CB is there. Black Hole. It's on 2. There's no cancel just yet. He's gonna kill both. But Paul, he's rampaging the backlines. Down goes PMA. Down goes Venera. Down goes the Enigma and the Lone Survivors AA. And we appear to have found the end of this best of 3. Artorius, he kills Clankers, but he's now dead. It's a full 5-man wipe. Ultra kill for the PL. And we are running out of Dota 2 player. He even buys a Deso. He wants to end the throne now.
This PL got a very good laning stage and came on very fast. And it appeared to be the answer they needed to this draft.
I had no idea the PL would be so good this game. I guess we have found the answer to this draft. The PL was it.
Alright, Snow can stop chirping me for suggesting that one game when I told him to pick Slark. And give me Slark 4 and pick the PL.
That's GG. PMA and CB once again dead. Throne, still alive, but it's over. The GGs are called. They say good luck further to Pizza Dog, as they will now advance to the lower bracket quarterfinals, and they'll play the loser of your series versus Step Bro. I'm stuck. Zombie. Are you scared of Pizza Dog after watching that performance, or?
Well, who said I was playing Pizza Dog?
Hypothetically, if you played them next round, would you be scared of them?
I will worry about that after Saturday.
Oh, a nice little measured response on that one. So sad, so sad. Either way, though, hit me with the insight. What are your overall thoughts on that game? Because Game 3 just seemed extremely convincing for Pizza Dog.
I think the laning stage just really was the whole thing about that game. Nothing really else mattered. They were so ahead in the laning stage that despite the Radiant taking a few good fights, they weren't able to turn it. Despite Oracle not really having a great false promise target, he was just able to make saves. So when the Dire went in and got that pickoff, they got it. But when Radiant went in for those pickoffs, the Oracle was always there to save them. So they just slowly crept up that net worth lead. Well, not slowly. They very quickly got that net worth lead, and they managed to hold it. Had some really, really good map control, forcing the Radiant to stay very close to their base, and they just quickly outfarmed them and turned the game into unwinnable.
At this point for Pizza Dog, is this the sort of style they need to be playing going forward to have success in those tournaments?
I think they have a few styles that they play really well. But I think their major strong suit or strong part of their game is the way they take over map control when they're ahead, and their ability to use their TPs very effectively to win these little skirmishes to the laning phase.
Alright, I mean, for Pizza Dog, they advanced further. They are now top 6. 5 dudes. Was a good season, though. Obviously, they had some good games, they had some good series. BCVOS in particular had a quite standout season. He was my first team all-lads offlane selection after all, so hopefully this team in some form can stay together, can play further, because this team, this is not a bad Dota team, you know?
Mm-hmm. But you know, it is lads. A lot of rosters shuffle quite a bit. So I'm expecting. Well, I'm hoping to see a lot of these players return, whether it be on this team or other teams. They're quite fun to watch and quite fun to play with or against. Obviously, I have played with some of these players. And no one's toxic, even though being toxic is great. No one takes things personally, so it's always good.
Either way, though, thank you as always for joining me. Do you have any final thoughts, any shout-outs, any cause to say to the people of League of Lads and twitch.tv/Badger Pablo?
I guess shout out to 5 Average Dudes. They had a rough start to their season, facing some very high-class teams that ended up finishing in the top 5. They played pretty well for a newly formed team. They definitely brought it back in the second half of the season. Played some very good games, played some good tiebreakers. Unfortunately, their playoff run was cut short, but GG's to them.
And, as always to the viewers, thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I will be back for some more League of Lads Season 6 action. 8 p.m. EST Saturday as we see our main man, Artorius, and his Toxic Tacos take on Step Bro I'm Stuck in another best of 3, this time an upper bracket semifinal best of 3. And if you want to catch me on your games, catch me on your tournaments, contact me on Discord, Badger number 5713. I'm available most nights. I would love to do some more casting. Either way, though, thank you for watching, and have a great night.